Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Wait, where's my Chrome tab? There you go. Nope, not that one. There you go. What's up, guys? Happy weekend. We've made it to yet another weekend. We are in the first week of December. Not a lot going on lately, just that... Well, if you were paying attention last stream, then you know what the next video is coming. You know what I'm going to be doing for next video, and that's well underway. I pretty much spent a good chunk of the morning editing, and a little bit before lunchtime right now, but for now, I'm fed, we're chilling, I got nothing better going on, and with that being said, guys, hello, Heartless Angel 17, my guy, you're gonna have to narrow down that name a little bit. I don't know, if I call you that every time I refer to you, we're gonna be here all day. Can I just call you Heartless? But alright, guys, plan for today is get to the Season 4 retrospective, because last week we dealt with Season 2 and Season 3. And get into some more Legend ZA. Okay, I definitely want to give that some priority in the sense that I'm not going to stay talking about the Loud House more than what I need to, because DLC is coming for Legend ZA in a couple of days, and I'm assuming you got to finish the main story, or at the very least make some decent progress in it. And, well, hopefully with the Megas in the DLC, I won't get spoiled like the Megas I did in the original game, but... Anyways, guys, how have you guys been? Everything good to go here? Okay, it should be. I guess I may as well close Discord just so we don't get notifications every 5 seconds. Is this? Yeah, this is the playback. Which makes me realize I should probably have my phone ready to be able to look at chat. I'm telling you guys, streaming is a lot of micromanaging, to say the least. But other than that, though, guys, it's been a relatively peaceful day, and I just realized it's already almost 1:30. Yep, I am definitely slacking, but you know what? It's my stream, and my schedule's not really that strict, so... Swampsuit, why wouldn't I just call you Swampsuit instead? Why do you want me to call you Zap Guy? I'm not trying to downplay it. I'm just genuinely curious. And I will say this, though, guys. I don't know who's listening. I don't know if you're gonna listen, but do me a favor. Keep my comment sections age appropriate, more or less. It's all I can tell you guys. Otherwise, you know what? Let me put it this way. Keep it PG-13 and don't be a creep. Because I've been dealing with a handful of comments that are just not disrespectful necessarily, just cringy or genuinely disgusting, to say the least. Like, just because you're on the internet and you're hiding behind a screen, it doesn't make it any more acceptable. Or at the very least, I'm going to take some action about it. If I see something inappropriate in my chat, it's getting deleted. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much. But alright, guys. You know what? Do I want to give it a... How many people are in chat? Because if there's enough people in chat, we can get right to it. But I guess I just don't want anyone to feel left out, more or less. I just realized I did not even turn off Do Not Disturb on my cell phone. Even though it's a Saturday. I got nothing better going on. Let's see, how many people are in chat? I don't know why I stuttered there. Wait, did the VOD crash, or is YouTube just bugging? Can you guys hear exactly what I'm saying here? I think you should be able to, but don't quote me on it. You know, come to realize the music is a little too loud. Okay, come on, I just want to look at the playback. Don't make it complicated. Thank you, YouTube. I guess I just have to reset the app. Okay, there's 4 of you in chat, so you know what? Let's wait it out a little before... You know what? Nah, screw it. Forget viewership. Like I've said time and again, I'm not always in it for the views. So, let's get to the retrospective as per usual. Let me put the mic in my hand instead of leaving it on my desk, just so I'm more comfortable. And let's get right into it, shall we?
Just completed its biggest season yet, and the characters are settling into their modern roles. So what's the show's next goal, especially with a new captain at the helm? There's some ideas there, a hint at what's to come, but for now, the show is taking it easy. We're coming off
more or less
more eventful and emotional season.
Events that we more or less never address again, which still upsets me.
Let's give the characters a fun little breather.
I guess. You know what? Breather, in this context, breather might be a bit of an understatement, because if y'all remember how Season 4 started, it wasn't even with the Louds. It was just a bunch of episodes of well, episodes, quote unquote, of La Casa Grandes.
What kind of an identity do you give the season 4? What ties it all together? There's a lot of different answers you could give. One could say it was a season of experimentation and off-the-wall ideas.
Would it though? I feel like they're just trying again what they did in previous seasons. Will I ever change my profile picture to drawing a mudkip myself? Maybe someday, Swampsuit. Maybe I'll do a full-blown commission. Who knows?
Let's see what the Louds would be like if they got stranded on Desert Island for a couple of days.
And by a couple days, we mean like 10 minutes. Honestly, that kind of plot, as cliche as it might be, it probably should have been like an hour and probably should have been like a half-hour special, a double-length episode.
Have the kids do an imaginative little relay story during a blackout and use some of our sillier ideas.
You know what? That wasn't a bad episode. I actually really like it. So, I don't know if he's trying to be condescending about it, but I actually really like that episode.
A fake apocalypse sounds like a unique take on a Halloween special. Hell, let's do a...
Wait, did that drop in October? Did Last Loud on Earth drop in October? Huh, what are the odds?
Walt focus episode. It's clear that they want to...
Okay, that is true. The Walt... Okay, it's one thing to give, to have an episode revolving around the pets with minimal dialogue, because they've done it before. But really, a love story about the bird of all people? Like, that definitely does give experimental vibes, to say the least. Okay, thank you for letting me know, Swampsuit. It's a good thing you spoke up, because I would have been rambling on and on. I would have been rambling on and on about the frickin'... Thank you for letting me know that we can't see chat for whatever reason. Let's see. Have I seen Married Dismiss and Just Know With It? I have seen Just Know With It, Mr. Chloe. As a matter of fact, thanks to your Twitter. I'm assuming... Wait, which one was Just Snow With It? No, Married Dismiss is the one with Henrik, right? I did see that one thanks to your Twitter account, Mr. Chloe. Although, you know what? I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna shut up, because if you get banned on Twitter, I feel like it's gonna be my fault. But alright, guys. And you know what? The fact that it barely aired in the US, even though the episode's been ready for like a year... Like, I really hate the fact that they're just more or less just preparing for the occasion. Like, they only release episodes during, how do I put it? Like a special time of year? Okay, what is up with the chat box that I can't see it anywhere? Okay, what gives? Oh my goodness, come on. I just want to sit back and watch a video. With no technical difficulties. At the very least, the mudkip is still there, but what's wrong with chat? Oh, goodness. But alright, you also said you can't hear the video too well. Guessing that's an issue with OBS. Okay, but for some reason, Streamlabs is bugging with my chat, so give me a second, guys. Oh, gosh. And here I thought we were going to go through this smoothly. As for Just Snow With It, Mr. Chloe, I don't believe I've gotten the chance. And also, yeah, I'm not American, so all the more reason I haven't. Let's see. Log in with YouTube. Yes. I don't understand why they need verification if I've already used the account before. Oh, goodness. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna delete the chat box altogether because for whatever reason it's not popping up on the layout. Oh, goodness. Great. It's really what I needed today. Hello, Tails. Welcome to the stream. Just undergoing some technical difficulties. Oh, Oh, gosh. Okay, Sturdle, dude, bro, do not promote in my chat. You do that again, I'm timing you out. Like, I don't understand why people feel like that's... One, that's how you introduce yourself in chat, just by promoting your own channel, dude. You do that again, you're getting timed out. At least I know chat is working, but... it's a little too big. Hold on. You know what? That'll do. Alright, guys. If y'all want to keep just running your mouse randomly just to fill up the square, then by all means, be my guest. That's a little too thick. You know, I think this'll do. Oh, you know what? That reminds me, guys. Next Saturday, new episode of Digital Circus, as far as I know. Because they did say December 12th, and today is the 6th. Actually, it's dropping next Friday, but just like last time, guys, I want to react to it on Saturday. So hopefully you guys look forward to that. But anyways. Alright. Chat's working, and you know what? You know what? I may as well remove the shameless promotion. But alright, guys. Hopefully the audio's good. We can see chat in the layout now. For whatever reason we couldn't before. I'm guessing it's just a technical issue beyond my reach.
To have a little fun and do whatever while figuring things out. You could also call it an inoffensive season. Outside of one critical fumble,
did I see the latest Legends ZA trailer? I did, and yeah, not a fan. Not a fan of Mega Lucario Z? Is that what they call it? I don't know. It's repetitive, it's lazy, doesn't change the typing. Like, apparently he's... Can we just focus on Pokemon that actually need a Mega, please?
Happier atmosphere. No other moments that lit the viewer base on fire.
That is true. You know what? I guess I can give some credit to the fact that Season 4 was tame in that regard.
Maybe it's the chill interlude between Season 3's emotional plots and Season 5's big age-up. A sort of calm before the storm, with an emphasis on lower stakes.
I mean, to be fair though, was the age-up always planned? Because otherwise, it's not really a calm before the storm.
Plots and ideas. But it can be best described as the show's transitional season. Multiple episodes build towards that age-up, and we see the last gasps of Savino-era elements, while the Rubiner-era essentials plant their seeds.
Yep. Last episode where we ever talk about ASAP, where we ever have ASAVy as a plot point, and it's one of the worst episodes in the whole series. Like,
the staff had ideas in mind after Savino's departure.
That's really the only thing it's got going for it, Swampsuit, just the fact that he looks like Hatsune Miku.
But we're figuring it out as they went. The transitional nature of the season led to us having a sort of smorgasbord of plots and ideas.
Okay, to be fair, some of these weren't so bad. Actually, what episodes are these? Yeah, I don't dislike any of these except for Perfect Gig.
No particular plot or structure dominates the season. Outside of the disclusion of Season 1 era sibling fights, Season 4 gives you a healthy mix of everything the show has done thus far.
Yeah,
we got loads
more or
of
less.
Season 2-esque sibling group antics and Clink and McCloud stories.
Also
the more modern Dog Squad or...
Look at Lily with the sunglasses. She looks adorable, bro.
Sister plots. With even the occasional side character spotlight.
Ew.
No matter which era of the show you prefer, there's something in this season.
I mean, can you think of a single person who unironically prefers the new era compared to the old one? You know what? Don't answer that, guys. It's more or less rhetorical. But I can't think of a single person who genuinely does.
You're bound to
like, at most, if not everyone can agree that the Loud House had it better in the earlier seasons. It's not even a contest. I'm not saying the newer seasons can't have decent episodes, because they do. But we all know how it goes.
Unfortunately, we get a reduced episode count this time around, and just one special in contrast to the 4.
Yeah, the worst special they've ever had. One of the worst in the whole series. Maybe it's for the best that they tone it down, but what do I know?
In Season 3. But as we mentioned last time, this is due to the spin-off, the Casagrandes, claiming 10 of the episode's 52 episode slots to host its pilot episodes.
Yeah, how'd that play out? Cancelled.
That show was to air later that year, and they likely wanted to get kids invested in the Casagrande family.
And you couldn't do that by being your own show? Babosos.
While this wasn't a major impact on the show, it's still evident that some characters had their focus screen time slightly reduced, as there just was less of it to go around.
More or less, but is that really a criteria people use? Like how much screen time one loud sister gets? Just is that really a criteria for quality? I don't think it is.
Going along with the chill and relaxed mood, Season 4 places most of its episodes during the second semester, which typically starts in January or February, and many of which have that springtime, near the end of the school year feel. We're building up toward an age-up. Laurie has several episodes involving her preparations for college, and Lincoln and his friends are going to be starting.
Yeah, that's more or less a general consensus, Swampsuit. They screwed it up so bad that they just never want to touch it again.
New school year next season. Placing this season before summer break makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Laurie having this episode, like that last field trip that Lincoln and his friends had, because apparently it's the last field trip they have before middle school. Yeah, it was more or less set up, but the fact of the matter is, Savino was against the idea of a time skip in any capacity. So it really shows how much time they actually put into it, because they spent only a whole season setting it up, rather than just, and considering how minimal Savino's involvement in it was, like you can just tell it was a recipe for disaster. Although, you know what, disaster might be a bit of an overstatement.
In general, it gives us a very warm and anticipatory feel. These episodes explicitly back this up. A people plan and washed up to give the viewer a direct look at the calendar, showing that they take place in late March and late April respectively. Early semester events include championship hockey, the NFL's NFC Championship game, a Valentine's Day dance, and taking
if they even call it the NFL, but moving on.
To the spring, Huggins mentions how hot the weather's been and a great mistake. Luna mentions finals in her diary. 2 separate episodes depict severe thunderstorms that only occur in warm weather. We even got a trio of end-of-the-year class trips, 2 of them involving beaches, heavily associated with spring break.
What the hell is this edit, bro?
And who doesn't have fond memories of April or May school trips to the amusement park in elementary or middle school?
I can't really relate, to be honest, guys. Although, to be fair, I was in elementary like 20-something years ago. So, did I ever take trips with... Okay, when I was in kindergarten, we had an end-of-the-year trip to Legoland, but that's about it.
Or perhaps for a club event. It really comes together to form that aura of excitement you get as the weather starts to get warmer, especially as a kid. Quite fittingly, given the time of year, this season was very much in love. A good amount of plots either about...
More or less. The one with the birds is fine. Who the hell... Oh, right. I was about to say, who the heck is Margot with? And then I remember that episode. The Luann and Benny one, though, pretty solid.
Or being a simple catalyst for hijinks.
Cringe.
Our main cast has many different experiences with finding new love or furthering existing romances.
Based.
Even if some of them wouldn't become lasting.
Okay, seriously though. Okay, Dexter, I get it, because Lynn actually more or less broke up with him. But what the heck happened to Chloe, man? Like, why would they do her like that? I'm not saying it because the design is really cute, because it kind of is, but I don't know. Like, it's crazy how in just, 2 minutes of screen time, like, I felt the connection between her and Clyde.
And despite being a potentially heavy topic, the season keeps in character, leaning it on the more light-hearted side. And if it's another thing this season is very much in love with, it's plots about or involving animals. Despite a change in their behavior that we'll discuss later, the writers are really realizing their potential for gags and fun moments. With this being a transitional era for the show, we're naturally going to get a mix of both showrunners' styles and the elements that they both bring to the franchise.
I guess.
Savino states,
to be honest, it doesn't feel that... if I had to name the distinction with a gun to my head, I'd probably get shot.
People state their final bows here. We get a couple of comic strip references, but at this point they're sparse.
And to be honest, most people wouldn't have noticed them anyways. Do we really care?
Luna makes a few musical references, but they're drastically reduced.
Yeah, almost non-existent in this day and age.
Ace Savvy gets its last spotlight as a major part of the show.
And it was a freaking disaster.
It's basically never referenced these days outside of crossover games.
Wait. Did Lincoln have an Ace Savvy skin in Nick All-Stars? Oh, you know what? I kind of regret not playing that game.
And we still get a few gags aimed at parents, but these out-of-pocket moments are becoming extremely rare.
Uh-huh.
While there have definitely been some small tweaks to the humor here and there, the show's joke style has generally remained consistent throughout its run.
But, to be fair, it does feel like it's lost something of its comedic edge. Like, I don't know, say what you will about Savino, but you know what? His sense of humor and his innuendos, it could be funny here and there. Of course, I can't interpret it the same way I used to, but because, you know, he's a freaking creep, but they were still there.
While we don't have any of those, wow, they really went there moments anymore.
Yeah, the skinny dipping. What was that, season 2? Like, bro.
The show still sticks to its guns and does it well. This consistency in the style
What is this background music, bro?
is a consequence of its target audience and audience retention. If we compare it to the often compared show The Simpsons, that show's generally written with a long-term adult audience in mind.
Okay, to be fair, though, it is PG-13. Most of its episodes are PG-13, so that's probably the reason why.
And has had different writers and showrunners over the years. They know that they need to keep the humor fun but fresh for this adult audience, and sometimes subvert expectations. The Real Gems use Homer the Smithers as an excellent example of this. The audience knows by that point that Homer's going to get chosen. Let's put a lampshade on it. The Loud House, meanwhile, uses a more evergreen style of humor, and is written with a more short-term kid audience in mind. And
I guess that's one way to look at it.
while they do have adult fans, they know that most of their audience is made up of children who come and go, so they don't need to look to change things up all that often to keep the target demographic on their toes.
Okay, to be honest, okay, I don't mean to sound so entitled, but if that's really how they're going at it, like, it could definitely be a little more nuanced. Like, is it impossible for there to be a balance of appeal in demographics? Like, is it just me? Like, I don't know. It feels like they really nailed it with season 3, but that's just me, though. I wouldn't know, Swampsuit. I guess it's just because it's early on Saturday. Usually I stream a little later than this. I don't know. To be honest, I'm not fixated on it.
That's not to say that the humor doesn't have trend or variation within itself. This is pretty trivial, but one thing I've noticed while rewatching this season is that it really loves its costume gags. Characters are often dressing up as others for humor or to serve as a plot point.
Yeah, it doesn't always work, especially in Lenny's case here.
With everyone believing their messy and unconvincing imitations despite showing visible suspicion. And if they are
Okay, to be fair though, it is a cartoon. Most of the time, you're just supposed to go along with it. It's part of the fun.
imitating another character, they're going for crappy disguises or just silly get-ups in general. If there's something that's really changed in the transition, it's the element of fantasy versus reality. Not to a huge degree, but definitely the point where a change is noticeable. Some episodes still go with the Savino method.
There's a twist of, there's a logical explanation for it.
Remember that zombie apocalypse I was talking about?
Yeah, there was never really any zombies.
Turns out it was all the result of a storm evacuation, and the so-called zombies were Lincoln and Clyde's exhausted parents.
That is a really fun twist. You know what? Credit. I have little to no respect for the writer of this episode, but credit where credit is due. This was a fun twist.
And flip. Others, though few, go for the magic is real approach of season 5 onward.
But it's never really plot relevant. In the case of Washed Up, where they're looking for that sea monster or whatever his name was, turns out he was real, but he doesn't really play into the plot whatsoever.
Looks like that lake monster turned out to be real after all.
Oh, look at Lily's little face.
And then there's the rat beast in Tales of Woe, which acts as a sort of middle ground between the two. A two-tailed rat can happen via birth defects, but not by being doused in chemicals like old corn chip here.
Okay, yeah. To call this something outlandish by the show standards, it might be a bit of a stretch. Like, I don't know, at the end of the day, it's just a rat with two tails. Like, how it came to be, it's more or less irrelevant to the problems people have with this sort of idea.
But even if the door to fantasy is slowly creeping open, the writers
Oh, it definitely creeped. It creeped way open later on in the seasons, trust me.
are still using these elements sparingly. They aren't yet the focus of entire plots.
Really boring plots, mind you.
If you want something that's always remained consistent, even now, it's the layout of the house itself. This is something I should have brought up like 2 videos ago, but the house has an official blueprint thanks to the online web game Livin' Loud.
Oh, okay.
Lincoln's List. Both floors have fixed layouts. It sticks to this no matter what. In contrast,
Okay, to be honest though, did we really need this blueprint to be able to deduce it all? I mean, we know Lori and Lenny's room, we know Lola's and Lana's, we know Lincoln's is the walk-in closet. Like, I don't know, did we really? I feel like anyone could have made this for themselves. We didn't need official confirmation.
Still home like The Simpsons, where a more loose layout will change a few things around to make for a better gag or set piece. It even has Lynn and Rita's room as that one room in the house we almost never see, just like the Rumpus room, albeit one that never gets periodically sealed up. It's actually that one room you see the door to in the show's iconic couch shots, but it's almost never lit up. Speaking of the living room, the layout's consistent, but we do see the background objects within change according to the needs of a plot or gag. Some episodes depict it with a computer.
Wait, hold on. Okay. To be honest, I never would have caught that, and I don't see the point, but it's a really good observation nonetheless. Computer is on one angle, and it's facing the couch? Like, okay. I mean, to be fair, is it really that implausible that they just moved it around a little bit?
Sometimes with a birdcage.
Hold on.
Some episodes depict it with a computer. Sometimes.
Oh, look at Lily.
With a birdcage or a lamp and table. A little bit of trivia, but it's interesting nonetheless. The only major inconsistency is the presence or absence of
Lisa's bunker,
shelter in the backyard. Sometimes it depends on the plot. They could have
like if it's completely not irrelevant to the plot, then you're probably not going to see it if there's a shot of the backyard, which is still a little jarring. But hey, what are you going to do?
Easily solved the conflict of Room and Horde if they had just remembered to store their things in there.
Wait, did the bunker exist by that point? Like, see what it? Oh my god! Again, this show just being so inconsistent with its continuity, its timeline, its, dare I say it, lore. I don't like using that word with such a simplistic show, but man. Hot take: Mudkip is cuter to me than Lily Loud. I know Mudkip isn't a baby, but I don't care. They're both cute, Swamsu. Can we just leave it at that?
This season also keeps a good eye on continuity, picking up where season 3 left off.
Yeah, Sturtle Dude, that's probably... It's one thing when they make a platformer with such a cartoonish character like SpongeBob, but what the heck would they do with the Louds?
It even provides little details for those who have seen the previous episodes. Present tense and Room and Horde call back to Lynn Sr.'s adoration for silly ties that we were introduced to in The Ties That Bind.
Yeah, does that ever get brought up again? Like after season 4, after that episode about his birthday?
Clyde's seen giving the morning announcements, showing that he's continuing his duties as junior administrator from Absent Minded.
Not for much longer, apparently, because he starts middle school next season.
Principal Huggins loses his toupee in several episodes as a running gag. Then, in Tough Cookies, it's shown that he's had enough and glued it to his head.
Okay, that is really good continuity. I never would have peeped that. Also, hello, Hilda. Welcome to the stream.
Remember Flip's gross meat mauler from last season?
No, and I wish you wouldn't remind me.
Now he's got a whole jar full of them. So
ew!
To the left. These little details to...
I want to appreciate the continuity, but that's so fucking disgusting that I really don't care, man. Pardon my language, by the way. Oh gosh, why?
We aren't story critical, but good callbacks and consistency for those who pay attention to the finer details in world building.
I mean, to be honest, this is the kind of show that just paces itself so energetically and so quickly that those kinds of details are really easy to miss. You know what? Good on this guy for actually catching on to them.
A nice little bonus in its own right. Speaking of world building, at this point our characters are starting to settle into their modern status quo.
Lenny working at the boutique, Lori off at not Lori off at college. That's season 5.
Things that will typically be their go-to loadout for their future focus episodes.
The Morticians Club. Still boring as sin.
Lincoln opted to continue his track record from last season. He's still the master
In what
of
sense?
persuasion, the idea guy, the effective leader who stiffs up for others, and always has a backup plan. His episodes mostly focus on his friendships, which will become his status quo going forward. Plenty of episodes with the Dog Squad, and a surprising amount of Lincoln McCloud plots.
You know what? Wait, hold on.
Plenty of episodes with the Dog Squad, and a surprising amount of Lincoln McCloud.
Yeah, Last Loud on Earth. That one recipe for disaster. Oh wow, okay. I did not realize that there was so many Lincoln and Clyde episodes throughout this season.
Cloud plots,
Huh.
but still get some family bonding moments in the mix.
Yeah, honestly, that little it's so
A
simple.
lot of Lincoln McCloud plots, but still.
But that hug that Lana gave Lincoln at the end of what was it? Game Off? What was it called? Like, I don't know. Like, it made me feel like this show still had its heart intact, even with Savino gone. But we all know what became of this, ultimately. Hello, Jacob. Welcome to the stream.
Get some family bonding moments in the mix, and even when he isn't the focus, he's still moving the plot along in smaller ways, or acting as the co-star to another sibling. We even get little details like his continued use of his rip hardcore skills. Some targeted slapstick he got last season is still there, but it is much toned down. The show has gotten better at spreading it around to other characters.
Yeah, to be honest, no one likes it when a character is too much of a punching bag.
Though if it's one thing that hasn't been in his favor this season, it's a sudden tendency to make uncharacteristic and irresponsible.
Yes, this episode really bothered me. Like, okay, sure, parent-teacher conference day, and his teacher tells him, oh, I have a lot I want to say to your parents, and for some reason he thinks that's a bad thing, as if he's done something wrong. Like, for a kid, maybe it makes sense that he's a little paranoid, but they just take it to a whole new extreme. Like, what do you have to be ashamed of that you've been doing at school? You're a good student, aren't you? Like, what basis would you have for Mrs. Johnson actually having some negative criticism about you to where you feel like you have to sabotage the meeting? Like, or delay it, or stall it, or... This episode just made no sense. I got a couple laughs out of it, but it made no sense.
Mistakes at the expense of others, like serving chicken nuggets to Ricky the Rooster's funeral,
That
or
too.
sabotaging the parent-teacher conferences out of fear of getting a bad report. Remember, he's a good student.
Thank you. Okay, took the words right out of my mouth.
Reason to think that would happen. One episode that sort of zigzags this would be one of his focus episodes, Friends in Dry Places. Lincoln is telling Lynn about be one of his focus.
Wait, what is he saying there? I can't see because of the captions. This episode was slapstick hell for him, even on the title. Okay, to be fair though, the title card is something of a reference to the Coppertone bottle.
Episodes, Friends in Dry Places. Lincoln is telling Lynn about the upcoming 5th grade class trip to Michigan's Gold Coast, second only to Cyrodiil's. Reprising her mentoring role for middlemen, she warns Lincoln that once middle school begins...
Yeah, to be honest, Lynn is a terrible mentor in general. I don't know why Lincoln trusts her of all people. Like, yeah, she's the only other sibling he has that is in middle school, but he knows how impulsive and stupid she can be. I mean, she's a jock. Not to be too stereotypical about it, but you think he would catch on to that.
His friends will start to drift apart, something that ultimately happened to her. Lincoln vows that this would never happen, but upon arrival he discovers that the bunkmates are pre-assigned.
And he gets assigned the principal? Like, honestly, that feels a little too contrived. I don't know. Like, if it played a greater purpose or played into something meaningful, I guess. But did this episode really accomplish that?
All of his friends are separated and seem to...
Oh, you're right, Hilda. This was around COVID. Like, yeah. Early 2020? Yeah, oh gosh.
...be gelling very well with their bunkmates. They even default on their agreement to go sand boogie boarding together. The different members of the group are starting to deviate, culminating in Rusty briefly forgetting Lincoln's name.
Okay, to be fair, do you expect any less out of Rusty?
A negative...
Yeah, like, everyone knows how shallow... I think Lincoln, of all people, would know how shallow he can be. Especially when it comes to women.
Sign that Lynn explicitly mentioned. Convinced that the group is falling apart, he goes to Clyde, who believes in his plight, and the two plan to sign the whole group up for a hike in the dunes, by crossing their names off their preferred activities.
And the teachers just bought into it? Yeah, okay, that makes no sense.
And to nobody's surprise, they're miserable in the heat. Lincoln stages a gotten-lost situation to reinforce the group's teamwork, but they catch wind of the plan and start to splinter for real.
And they actually get
lost. The rescue operation and a little help from Cheryl bring the dog squad back online. There's a lot to unpack here. Clearly...
Get it? Because Clyde has a big backpack? Unpacking? Okay.
Dog squad...
At the very least, he was subtle with the pun. I wasn't, so...
Back online. There's a lot to unpack here. Clearly, Lincoln was in the wrong for trying to force his friends in a certain direction.
Yeah, and to be honest... If they forgiving him and helping him out of the literal hole is one thing, but The resolution still felt a little forced.
It's okay to want to try new things, but at the same time, ditching your plans for last-second, in-the-moment jaunts would make anyone understandably upset.
Yeah.
Especially when one of your supposedly close friends forgets your fucking name.
Okay, like I said, Rusty, is he even a friend at this point? Like, I don't know.
Saw and antiqued off last season, the group isn't the best at communicating their feelings.
Matter of fact, that would make me happy, Swampsuit, but we're not here for that right now.
Lincoln should have had a chat with the group before the trip about what Lynn had said to him, but at the same time,
I don't know. I feel like that conversation would have been a little too awkward. Or, you know what? Ironically, his friends probably would have told him, you know what? Why are you listening to Lynn? You're being paranoid. Like something along those lines. Yeah, the more I think about it, the basis for this episode, it makes little to no sense.
The group should have agreed to do at least one activity together, especially with their friendship on the line.
Like, yeah, like Lincoln, just tell them, hey, this is the last time we get to hang out before middle school. Maybe we can do something together, make it worthwhile. I don't know. Like, would I put it beneath his character for him to be a little more earnest in that regard? Maybe, probably not.
Either way, there's no need to worry about them. Their group's gonna be A-okay.
Yeah, for better or worse. Mostly for the worst.
Clyde decided to run with the season's theme and keep things a little more chill. His neuroticism has been way toned down. No calls to Dr. Lopez. Still excitable, but more level-headed.
Come to think of it, when Clyde wanted to ask, what was her name? Emma to the dance? That one episode, did he make a single call to Dr. Lopez throughout that episode? I feel like you had an easy target there. But you know what? Maybe it's low-hanging fruit, so maybe it's for the best that he didn't take it? I don't know. I guess I need to think about it a little more.
Even playing the role of the sane man to his parents sometimes. Their overprotectiveness has kicked into overdrive, to the point of tying him to a tree.
Okay, that is true. Yeah. Didn't we already address this kind of problem like 2 seasons ago? Like literally the end of season 2. The whole plot of the episode was, my dads are too overprotective, so I'm gonna do something stupid and prove to them that I can take care of myself. And it's like we're back to square one 2 seasons later. Like, what gives?
Showing that not only have they not learned from Snow Way Down,
Thank you.
but even when they do learn to give him more freedom, they do it by...
Oh my goodness. You see what happens when your show goes on for this long? Never mind the fact that your director and creator got fired. Like you're scavenging so hard for ideas that it feels like every now and again, you're coincidentally just repeating ideas you already tackled before.
spying
Like, you can only do so much with a simplistic show like this one, especially in the slice of life genre.
on him. No idea how they let him go to astronaut camp.
That is true. Like, if we're gonna make such a regression in character development, like, it really makes you wonder how the heck Clyde made it to the space camp.
This is actually the second time he got a focus episode based on the name Change of Heart. How about that? His specialty in cooking and baking has definitely given him a reputation at this
Yeah. But you know what? That's something I don't hate.
point. And deception still makes his stomach hurt. Even if this detail wasn't always taken into account, wanting to escape astronaut camp and wait it out by hiding in Liam's barn. He even gets a romance plot centering around the Valentine's Day dance, with his crush ultimately being unrequited, and finding a connection to another girl and salvaging the events.
Aww. A girl we never see again, by the way, for reasons beyond my understanding. Speaking of Valentine's, though, I feel like this plot would have been a lot more... Wait a minute, is that BoJack Horseman? What the hell is he doing? And never mind. I feel like this plot... you know what? I feel like this plot would have been a lot more interesting if instead of Clyde and Chloe or Clyde and Emma or whatever, it focused around Lincoln and Stella. Like, how does Lincoln feel after she friend-zoned all of them? Like, is he still crushing on her? Does he want to ask her to the dance? Is he afraid he'll turn his friends against him again? Like, I don't know. Like, it definitely had that kind of... Like, it just puts a lot of ideas in your head. Especially because they're both in the background here, now that I think about it. But, you know what? This was 5 seasons ago. Why am I dwelling on it?
He's gotten much more mature and is really coming to his own. And then there's his former crush, who's become the exemplary character of the season's transitional nature.
Come to think of it, yeah. Speaking of Clyde's crush on Lori, though, I don't think it's ever mentioned again in this season and beyond.
She's got the biggest.
Obviously, because, you know, the whole ordeal with Emma and Chloe. But then again, they abandoned that as well with no explanation. So what the hell is going on? Like, are we just supposed to pretend these characters didn't have these feelings, these events, this content? Are we just supposed to scrap all the continuity, man? Like, it's so frustrating, man.
Change coming up of any character. She's going to college. Lori thus spent the season preparing for her next chapter.
Like, she basically becomes an Uber driver. Like, it's a fun premise, but it was kind of a boring episode, I'm not gonna lie.
Works alongside her father at Lynn's table, ultimately turning out to be a skilled manager after the mishaps in the other roles.
Really convenient, by the way. Way too convenient, by the way. She screwed up at everything else, but in like the last 2 minutes, she's like, oh, by the way, I ordered more potatoes because we were out of stock. I did this. I filed all this paperwork. And then out of nowhere, her dad is like, you know what? You'd be a great manager. Like, it just felt way too contrived to be compelling.
Even if Kotaro gave her terrible advice. She wanted to get in plenty of bonding with her father before she leaves, and wants to do the same thing with her friends after seeing some kind of High School Musical knockoff.
that was still so dumb, by the way.
She tries a little too hard and ultimately makes amends after loads of mishaps.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm the kind of person who likes to remember names and pay attention to details, but I would not be able to name this guy with a gun to my head. He is just that forgettable. Like, at the very least with Carol, there was that whole rivalry that they eventually made amends in, but who is this guy again?
Including the Pepper Challenge, it was no Mississippi Queen, but she clearly looked
regular show.
Stoned. She goes through even more mishaps in an attempt to earn money for a college car, and ends up buying Mr. Grouse's old car, willing to settle for something not quite as glamorous as she wanted, but still...
I mean, with a little bit of maintenance, I say any car can look glamorous, especially a convertible.
Still nice. And most importantly, she takes a visit to her dream school at Fairway University, falling back to the scholarship she earned last season.
I will say this, though, it's still really dumb. Like, the idea of a golfing university, even by this cartoon standards, it's still really dumb.
And despite some self-doubt, she ultimately decides to commit, setting herself up towards achieving her dreams.
And then Lenny decides to sabotage her for... even for Lenny, very stupid reasons.
The one girl's dream can be another girl's nightmare. Like Lincoln, Lenny's afraid of losing those close to...
That would be a peak episode? What, the whole dance thing, Jacob? Yeah, of course it... I mean, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but yeah.
...to her in the transition, as she and Lori have had a close bond since they were kids, and ends up attempting to sabotage Lori's visit by pretending to be her. She makes things right in the end, but while her fear was understandable, it was uncharacteristic of her to take it this far.
Yeah, especially knowing how dumb it could... Like, it's like I said in my worst episodes listing. On one hand, it's in character for her to be that dumb, but it's also out of character for her to be that mean.
At least she didn't cause the bird problem. Thankfully, though, the rest of the season has her stay true to herself, and we get a little of everything she has to offer.
Like, yeah, Jacob, from season 4 onward, it's basically never mentioned again.
She also continues her progress at Reininger's. Last season she proved to be an effective employee. Now she's chosen to be the manager for a weekend while Mrs. Carmichael is away. Unlike their boss, who's proven to be unreasonable, Lenny...
Wait a minute. Can you legally make someone the manager of a facility if they're underage? Because keep in mind, guys, Lenny is still 16 in this season, so... You know what? I'll leave it at that. If I had a nickel for every Loud House character who I couldn't remember the name of, I would be able to buy out Nickelodeon. Yeah, sometimes this cast, even though the whole gist of the show is the fact that the cast is bigger than most, like sometimes it's really hard to keep track.
Lenny wants their work to be both fun and productive, and wants to be both a good boss and a friend at the same time. She ultimately has to take a more rigid stance when the senior Shopaganza comes roaring in, and she felt bad about calling her friends back from their dream lunch.
Yeah, you'd think her grandpa would be a little more tactful at the fact that she's a manager, and the actual manager is going to be absent.
He understood and reassured her, and this isn't her only moment of brilliance. She and Lincoln team up on Double Dare to take on an unusually antagonistic Lisa, and shows a lot of prowess in both the physical and mental challenges.
Okay, to be honest though, out of all the Loud siblings, you think, why did they pick Lenny? And I'm not talking about the writers, I'm talking about the family themselves. They were trying to pick which of the two Loud siblings, other than Lisa, because she turned against them, would actually compete in Double Dare here. And they went with the dumbass? for whatever reason. Like, I feel like they could have gone with Lynn and Lincoln could take care of the trivia. I don't know, man.
Though she can still be a ditz sometimes and often doesn't get the memo, she's only continuing to grow.
Like, honestly, her airheadedness, it can be a little inconsistent, but maybe that's kind of the point. Like, maybe that's the general point of stupidity.
Oh, and
it's consistent by not being consistent? I don't know.
She'll need it. When Lori moves out, she'll be the oldest and most responsible sibling. Those are big shoes to fill.
Yep. Especially for someone who arguably lacks the mental capacity for it.
Luna decided to take things easy after a very eventful season 3. She agrees to babysit the McBride's cats while they're at a family picnic, complete with oversized manual. And it ends up being a fiasco, so she enlists Sam's help to deal with them. One of the few instances where her knowledge of animals actually comes into play.
What knowledge? She just... What knowledge? To be honest, guys, what has Sam shown that... Before... Like, at this point in the show's timeline, what has Sam done that actually reflects genuine knowledge of animals? Just with the chickens and racing hearts, it was just, oh, they're so cute. That's it. Like, they never bother explaining how or why she's good at dealing with animals, like with Lana or Liam. She just is. So, what knowledge?
She also fakes a night of debauchery in Snoop's aunt.
Swampsuit, we're like 5 days into December. Like, it's really hard to make a judgment in that regard. But sure, man, I have.
After she catches wind of Lincoln, Lenny, and Luann reading her diary. She even plays a heartfelt song for Ricky the Rooster's funeral.
Okay, I actually did like that song. Maybe it's because, what was her name? Nika Futterman's voice. Oh gosh, if auto captions translates that into the N-word, I'm gonna lose it. But she has a very pleasant voice.
Overall, much more of a backseat role, but some much needed low-key moments to recharge her batteries. Luann's relationships are key this time around.
Yes, they really were.
No April Fool's Day episode to
thank you.
Assassinate her character this time.
You know what? Somebody had to say it other than me. It really is. The April Fool's episodes, they are blatant character assassination. And the fact of the matter is that after 4 different circumstances, the writers still haven't caught on to that.
Hooray! Second,
only for her to get one, 2 seasons later?
We get to learn some surprising things about her this time around. She apparently has an innate talent for cooking when she's forced to take it as an elective. And when Senior takes it as an opportunity to both help his daughter.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I would have loved to have tried that linguine with clams. Like, I don't know. That sounds fucking delicious. Ugh! Again, language. Gotta work on that.
And bond with her more. Well,
and honestly, I really like the dynamic here between Luann and Lynn Sr.
Only to take it too far, wanting her to eventually take over Lynn's table, causing a lot of tension and eventually making amends.
To be honest, it felt a little outlandish for Lynn Sr. to be so insistent on, oh, Luann is gonna take over me after the restaurant. Screw her dreams, screw everything. She's gonna take care of the restaurant once I retire. Like, I don't know. It felt a little outlandish, but not too outlandish for a cartoon like this one.
Either way, these two have been goofballs and made puns to each other in the past.
Yeah, like if anyone was gonna follow in his footsteps, I'd say it definitely was Luann.
But we get to see how much natural chemistry the two have.
And they really do. They really do.
Runs in the family. Speaking of goofballs, these two took their next step.
Aww.
Last season they realized.
See, look at that.
Their feelings, and now they're having their
a love interest with an actual personality. You know what? I've said enough about Sam.
First date. Their relationship has been healthy, but a surprise pimple on the day of said date leads to great paranoia from Luann.
Yeah, she was just doing it for the class. But her dad, yeah, it's a little out of character, but it could have been a lot worse.
Her family in increasingly crazy ways to get rid of it. And Benny takes no issue with it when it's ultimately exposed.
You know what? The one detail I do like about this episode is that the more Luann tries to hide or get rid of the pimple, the bigger it gets. Like, that is just really subtle, and really simple symbolism, but it could still be appreciated in some ways. And also, Betty, absolute sweetheart, in ways that make sense.
A low stakes and happy ending, but a plot that shows she still has some self-esteem issues deep down.
Yeah. Even with all the puns, even with all the pranking, even with her sense of humor in general, like, we all got some certain vulnerabilities. And in her case, they definitely make sense.
You can kind of see this weird mental state through Mr. Coconuts, who she has sort of a split personality with. Luann gives him his own personality. We even see that he has a bit of a life of his own, but he also tends to act as a more honest and straightforward side to Luann's personality as the two converse. Lynn had one of the most active seasons this time around, with sports and relationships.
She kind of did, the more I think about it.
Tying things together. Good sports has to be one of her best moments in the series.
I wouldn't go that far. Like, her dynamic with Mr. Grouse is one thing, but I don't know. Like, Mr. Grouse is so inconsistent with his screen time to the point where it was hard for me to feel invested in his dynamic with anyone.
Where she and Mr. Grouse develop a friendship over their mutual love of the Detroit Lions, and the two watch their championship game together, having a brief wedge in their friendship when they learn that they support different sides of a heated baseball.
And then Mr. Grouse is like, hey, I've had this football for God knows how long. Let me just give it to the neighbor kid that I've gotten along with for like the past 5 minutes. Like, I don't know. Like, it just feels way too rushed.
Baseball rivalry, but learn to have fun despite the differences. It's a sweet episode that continues what 11 Louds a Leapin' started.
And that was like, what, 3 seasons ago? Okay, more like 2.5.
This episode also shows a surprising attention to detail towards the NFL, while at the same time missing some critical details. Lynn correctly mentions that the Detroit Lions haven't been to the NFC Championship game in over 20 years.
Okay. I like that attention to detail.
Though they did not make it back during the year this episode originally aired. That wouldn't happen until about 5 years later, where they would go on to lose to the 49ers.
Oh.
And the year after that, well, sorry about that. Thanks for giving us a home NFC Championship game. Anyway, Luna also mentions a halftime show, and those big performance shows only happen during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The most notable thing, though, is that this episode uses the older logos and color scheme for the Lions instead of the more modern design. Nick's gotten very cushy with the NFL in recent years, with NFL Slime Time in their game simulcasts.
Okay, wait a minute. Did he Photoshop that, or did Lucy make an actual appearance in the Super Bowl? Because I've seen SpongeBob make appearances on big name television, to say the least. Nah, it's probably Photoshopped.
Last year's Super Bowl, when Paramount got the rights to the game. Lincoln's even announced the MVP winners. That poor kid had to give an award to Dak Prescott. I don't know.
To be honest, guys, I care little to nothing about American football. So, and even Mexican football in general. But you know what? I'm gonna let him talk.
I don't know if it's an organization thing or a budget thing, but with how close the two have become, it's shocking that they weren't able to just use the modern imagery from Mr. Grouse's sports den. He may be old, but he's more than enough of a sports fanatic to keep his stuff up to date. Also, while we're on the subject of the NFL, Lynn mentions that Margot's cousin predicted that the Jacksonville Jaguars were going to win the title. What? The Jaguars sucked that year. They were 6-10, last in their division.
Okay, we went from analyzing a season of a show to talking about the NFL. And
she would get another sports story in On Thin Ice.
Oh, gosh.
Her superstitions go into overdrive when her favorite hockey team has a shot at the championship.
Yeah, and she learns not to be too superstitious, only for her to be completely superstitious by the last 30 seconds of the episode. Great. Great character progression, Nickelodeon.
These, of course, get pretty extreme, and it ultimately results in her getting kicked out, and coincidentally having another sports-related bonding moment with Mr. Grouse. He too got kicked out for buying fake tickets from Flip. No use of Tucker's Ticks and Tux, oddly enough. Either way, she learned from her...
I mean, I don't know if it existed by that point, but I think it's applied well enough either way.
...favorite player to tone things down, and that unpredictability is what makes these games fun. What she also learns this season is what it's like to be a third wheel. Lynn gets a romance plot. All of her friends have suddenly started dating.
Which feels a little contrived, but at the very least, it makes for good character development on Lynn's end.
Even if these dates never return in later episodes, and become rather overbearing about it.
Any favorite sport? As far as sports that I actually play and personal preference, swimsuit, I'd probably say either tennis or racquetball. I guess tennis is a little more mainstream, but I did play a lot of racquetball when I was a teenager.
And it ultimately forces Lynn to try and find a boyfriend just to fit in with her group.
Which, honestly, that's its own issue, but the only thing that bothers me primarily about this episode is the fact that Margot just doesn't give a shit about the fact that her best friend is being a third wheel.
While Lynn's aggressive behavior...
Like, y'all remember that one episode where Margot scored the winning goal and she wasn't the one getting all the attention? And then Lynn tries to hog all the attention from her. They're at each other's throats until they eventually make up. Like, you'd think that would teach them to actually be mindful of each other's feelings when one of them is getting more attention than the other, to say, or vice versa. And you'd think that would apply in this episode, but for whatever reason, it doesn't.
Really didn't help her case. At the same time, I did feel bad for her in that the universe is basically conspiring against her.
Okay, to be fair though, J-Carp, because Lily was established to be potty trained, so at the very least that makes sense.
Loads of couples themes events popping up left and right in her favorite things. Thankfully, she and Dexter ultimately come to a friendly understanding.
Like, yeah, they're both like, yeah, Lynn is basically like, I'm sorry, look, I'm sorry to treat you this way, but the only reason I asked you to be my boyfriend was just so I wouldn't feel so alone around all my friends who have dates. And he said he's basically the same thing. Like, I don't know. Like, it's a very nice mutual understanding, and if they followed up on it in an effective way, namely Lynn's chemistry with Liam, like, honestly, it would be amazing character progression, but for whatever reason, they did all this crap with Henrik. Crap that it's not that I'm not a fan of it, it just feels so redundant, and it feels like such a waste of potential. Know what I mean?
As for her friends, though, she should have asked for a few solids in return for all this.
Like, dead ass. Like at the beginning of the episode, all of her teammates are like, oh, can my date come with us? Can my date come with us? And Lynn, as the captain, it was her call, and she was like, yeah, sure, why not? But I don't know. I got a couple problems with this episode, but not to where I completely hate it.
This is the point where Lucy's episodes started to center around the Morticians Club and their adventures almost exclusively.
Oh, boy.
And both of these focused episodes drive a wedge between her and the...
Okay, you know what? I actually really like the beach one, but the other ones, I could take them or leave them, or worse.
Club, then mending things...
Mostly leave them.
...later. Thinking about it, this season did this with a lot of friend groups. Even relaxed scenarios can have their thorns. Anyway, Sandcastles is about a third-grade trip to the beach. Something the club attempts to get out of...
What? The chubby kid that Lynn was going out with? No, that's not Henrik. Henrik is the European boy from, like, what was it, season 8?
Due to hating the sun, only for Lucy and Fangs to start enjoying the activities and eventually convincing the rest to do so as well.
Like, yeah. Just because you're a goth, just because you're stereotypically supposed to be, like, allergic to sunlight or whatever, like vampires or whatever, like, it doesn't mean you're not allowed to be a normal person every now and again. Like, bro.
After briefly being shunned for her dishonesty...
Seriously, y'all are a bunch of kids. Being a goth, especially at that age, it's not that deep, bro.
Meanwhile, in a grave mistake, Bertrand, the club's leader, is moving away.
Oh, that's what he's...
Haiku as the successor.
I'm telling you, man, I keep forgetting this character's name, because most of them are just that forgettable.
Lucy believes she deserves it more, and puts it up to a vote, convincing half of the club to vote for her, breaking the tie in a silly way, ultimately causing the club to dissolve after bad leadership and a funeral gone wrong. She eventually agrees to a co-leadership position with her best friend, and...
Or you could have just given leadership to your best friend, since if you hadn't cheated, she would have won the vote. Like...
ultimately saves the day. What makes this episode so interesting...
Like, Swampsuit, to be fair though, with Lily, she's a baby. They do go a little overboard with her using up her diapers, to say the least. But at the very least, it's innocent enough. Lynn and Flip, though, yeah, they really got no excuse.
Is that it's a sort of reverse of Head Poet's anxiety from the last season. This time, Lucy is the one experiencing jealousy over the accomplishment of another. Also,
I guess that's one way to interpret it, but honestly, it might be a bit of a stretch.
For some reason, we see Mazzy in the elementary school audience at the funeral.
Okay. Oops, I dropped the mic stand. Yeah, that looks like Mazzy, but different skin tone, different hair color. I feel like they were just being lazy and making new characters based off the designs of other ones, to say the least.
Funeral? This definitely raises some questions. Lana was actually one of our big winners this time around.
Yes, I can agree with that.
I genuinely forgot about this until I rewatched the season, since her focus is otherwise...
Really, to be honest though, it's really just Game Off. That's the one episode that definitely stood out for me.
So spread out. She got 4 major episodes just like Lori did.
Okay, to be fair though, Sister Act was very enjoyable.
So she was easily a thumbnail candidate, but Lori was chosen instead since she ultimately represented the transitional nature of the season. Regardless,
okay,
she's
that's
definitely
fair.
proven to be one of the more versatile members of the main cast. She has 2 episodes where she
Wait a minute, is this a Sonic Racing theme? I just realized.
stars with her brother, one of which brings back her love of racing, and another where she develops a shared interest in him in video games. One of her most notable episodes.
You know, it's kind of ironic. Like, early in season 1, there was that one episode where Lincoln was down because none of his sisters shared his interests. So he tries to mold Lily into the perfect partner in that regard and whatnot. And 3 seasons later, Lana suddenly ends up enjoying the games as much as Lincoln. You know what? I think that's cute progress, to say the least.
Episodes this time around was A Mud Above, where a classmate's razzing and desire to prove her wrong leads her to attempting to train Charles to be fancy for a big dog show. A role reversal from Toads and Tiaras.
Yeah, basically, not really a role reversal, just a rehash the more I think about it. All the more reason I'm really indifferent towards this episode. Again, guys, when a show goes on longer than what it needs to, you just run out of ideas and it feels like you coincidentally end up repeating old ones. It's really easy to catch on to it sometimes.
Lana fails and Lola trains Charles for her, leading to Charles acting cold to her and unwilling to do their usual antics until she comes around. Much better execution than Toads and Tiaras.
What makes you say that?
And doesn't put cracks in his Aesop. In that episode, Lana was clearly in on it and agreed to do the contest to get a prize for both of them. While here, Lana forced Charles into it to prove something to a snob, something only she wanted. So her being the lesson learner and having the blame makes much more sense.
I guess, but in the original, she wasn't the one learning the lesson. She wasn't the one learning the lesson, so...
One thing this season...
I guess there are means to appreciate the execution a little better here, but I don't know. I'd need to think about it a little more.
What I really loved to do was explore the twin dynamic, getting the two of them involved in each other's plots to varying degrees. This even culminated in an outing where the two would switch places to get out of each other's unwanted obligations, which later came back to bite them.
Honestly, this is one of those episodes where the premise is so simplistic and potentially so boring, but to be honest, it's fun enough in its own right, and it has a good lesson. This is one of those times where I remind myself, hey, this show is mainly meant for kids. And you know what? This episode has a good moral for the kids, to say the least. So, you know what? I didn't hate it.
The other half of the duo does get some nice outings, but not the same degree of focus. She gets 2 separate episodes about using someone who genuinely likes her.
They were really nice episodes, though. Especially the former one, the first one.
To get ahead in her pageant and show business career.
Oh, look at Lily with the little genie outfit. Gosh dang it, man. Lily is adorable in every shot.
Coming to regret it later and ultimately doing the right thing, putting friendship above status. Though, in the case of A Star Is Scorned, she did have legitimate grievances when the director kept pushing her out of her own as focused on Lily's cuteness. She was clearly treating her poorly.
Oh, look at Lily.
In the role she was promised. Nonetheless, it's nice to see Lola continuing to grow and make a legitimate friend of her own.
Yeah.
Introducing her to...
Come to think of it, has Lola had friends of her own prior to this episode? Like, most of the time, like, most of the people she associates with, they're just her rivals in the beauty pageants, to say the least. Like, we've never seen her interact with actual people, actual classmates, actual friends, to say the least. So you know what? This is more of a breath of fresh air than what I originally realized.
Other members of her class that share mutual interests, helping her feel more at home in her new school. Lisa didn't quite take things so easy this season. She apparently gets grants from the Norwegian government. Okay,
you know what? Is that really so much of a surprise with how cartoonishly smart she is?
I guess her connection to the Institute really went a long way.
Yeah, it's not really that surprising if you ask me.
And then there's her performance.
Should I be concerned about you finding Lily cute? Bro, am I not allowed to say how adorable she is in a genuinely platonic manner, Swampsuit?
From the Double Dare.
Like, she's like a little puppy.
Competition, even building a robot to act as her partner. But she does get a proper focus episode in Geriantic.
An episode I really like. No bias for Fred Willard in that regard.
One that effectively mixes her love of science and growing humanity and emotional...
Like, honestly, just the idea of having one, if not any family member that is supportive of Lisa's ideas. Like, I don't know. Like, the fact that it was her grandpa of all people, like, the fact that she's worried that by the time she gets old enough or smart enough to win, like, I'd say a Nobel Prize and he's not going to be at the ceremony, like, I don't know.
Attachment. We see just how strong her bond is with Pop Pop, and she starts to worry about how he won't be around forever. She immediately looks for solutions, from a heavily curated diet to a body regulatory suit that's very fragile and requires a long charging time. She gets a little carried away, and Pop Pop brings her back to Earth. What good is a long life if...
Okay, look, Swabsu. Let me put it this way. I'm at that age where I want kids someday. I'm at that age where I'm old enough to have kids, and you know what? I guess it's just a little bit of baby fever. I don't know.
You can't enjoy it. Lisa ultimately agrees and the two have fun together, and Lisa's gonna be okay for quite a while. Pop-Up may be old, but remember that he's extremely healthy and athletic. He's not kicking the bucket anytime soon.
I could make a really insensitive joke here about his voice actor, but I definitely don't want to. Rest in peace, Fred Willard. The voice of Pop-Pop, by the way.
Writers now have a good idea of what they want Lily to be. She's starting to show some real agency now. Lisa even knows that she's much smarter than she looks.
Yeah.
Any Given Sunday gives us a story told from her perspective.
It was a really cute story, too.
Which includes a deep dive into her imagination.
Okay, I will say, though, these visuals of her imagination, they kind of do gross me out a little. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I get it. It's the mind of a 1-year-old, but it's very uncomfortable to look at.
And showed her attempting to take control of the situation so that all would be well. We have another use of her shit gag, but this time it's used strategically.
Okay, to be fair, though, she was being a little practical about it. As ridiculous as that might sound.
In order to get her parents to stop Vanzilla at the Food and Fuel. Have as much ice cream as you want, Lily. You've earned it.
She really did. Throughout, I don't know, like that whole episode, it's a little, okay, unrealistic but not by the show standards. It's a little unrealistic, but at the same time, it was a lot of fun. Like, it's crazy how they really got me to sympathize for a 1-year-old just wanting ice cream, which is ultimately what the episode was about.
Lynn and Rita were probably hit the hardest by the reduction in episode count, which makes sense from the perspective of a kid's show.
Yeah.
But they still got their dues. A nice change is that
yeah, they still got screen time. They still get fleshed out every now and again. And I can't think of any instance where they didn't behave responsibly as parents, to say the least.
they're much more assertive, willing to discipline their children if it comes down to it instead of putting themselves beneath them. Lynn's focus once again was directed toward his cooking career. We got to meet his mentor and the origins of his iconic recipes.
That was a really fun twist the more I think about it.
Along
The fact that the CEO of the company ripping off his recipes was his old cooking teacher from elementary school, like, I don't know. That's good lore.
with 2 separate episodes of
A little bit of a convenient coincidence, but it's still really charming.
getting one of his children involved with his profession. Outside of the kitchen, we even get a wholesome story about his kids trying to find him the perfect birthday present. It's also the season where his emotional side became notably
Wait a minute. Do I hear Daisy Circuit in the background? You know what? This guy has good taste.
exaggerated, but thankfully it has no effect on his confidence as a father. But it's definitely in character for Nickelodeon. They love their funny dad characters.
Okay, to be fair though, at the very least,
But it's definitely in character for Nickelodeon. They love their
Lynn Sr. is not portrayed as a little too incompetent for his own good. And that definitely applies for these 3 dads. Mr. Turner, Hugh Neutron, and Jack Fenton, yeah, they are, would I call them himbos, or can I just call them dumbasses? I'd say, I don't know.
their funny dad characters. His wife, meanwhile, undoubtedly got the least amount of focus, but still made a major milestone in her single focused episode of the season. She's offered a job as a columnist at a local newspaper.
To be honest, I'm not sure how I feel about that, to be fair. Because being a columnist, like, it was one thing when Lynn Sr. quit his job in hopes of opening a restaurant someday, which he eventually did get, but the fact that the mother had to go along in the same route, like, I don't know. Like, I still find it a little jarring that she basically quit her job as a dental assistant to be a columnist. Like, are they really that financially stable, especially for a family with 11 kids?
And she puts on the facade
I don't
of
know.
a perfect family to impress her boss and provide backing for her parenting column.
Uh-huh.
Unsurprisingly, the kids cannot behave themselves, and everyone accepts that it's just how things are, and that families are not perfect.
Okay, to be fair, though, in a family of 11 kids, can you expect anyone to be able to manage that well enough?
Even if she was nearly fired for the mess her kids made at Jean Juan's. In fact, the kids in general suffer a regression to maturity here.
Yeah,
Much like Rita her right,
especially the older ones.
it's going full-on pigsty mode. This happened twice in Rita episodes in back-to-back seasons. That's kind of funny.
Funny, forced, contrived. There's so many ways to interpret it.
Not much.
Okay, yeah, Swamp Suit to be, yeah, that's true. Hugh Neutron, still a myriad of memes, and the same goes for Timmy's dad. Like, how many times have you heard someone on the internet say, Dinkelberg? You know what my favorite meme is with him? It's, how does the whole line go? You know what, let me show you guys. The fact that I typed in the first 2 words and it's the second result on YouTube search bar. You know what? Play it. Play it. I need to hear it.
Oh, Timmy!
Oh no, it's Timmy's dad's eye!
I'm respecting your privacy by knocking, but asserting my authority as your father by coming in anyway!
That is my favorite line out of this man.
Much has changed for our secondary cast. We get plenty from our usual suspects, and many of them get their dues for the roles they play. But if it's one thing that's evident, it's that the show loves its quirky adult characters. Flip and Mr. Grouse are obvious, the writers are having fun with Huggins, and we're seeing more frequent appearances of Scoots.
Please no.
And occasionally Mrs. Bernardo, too. In fact, we see a bunch of them together during the fundraiser in Deep Cuts.
Can we just, I mean, do we really care? This episode sucked anyways. Do we really care?
It's definitely telling when you're chosen as the go-to in situations like this. Fitting.
I feel like it was mostly played for laughs. There's just certain circumstances in the show, guys. I don't know how better to explain it. There are just certain circumstances where you're not meant to take who's present or what they're doing seriously. Know what I mean?
To the season, Mr. Grouse has played a smorgasbord of different roles that he's had throughout the show's run. We still have him yelling at his neighbors from time to time, but often for more understandable reasons. Not to mention loads of smaller moments where the writers wanted to use one of their quirky adults. But we also get to learn a little more about him, meeting his late wife and seeing just how much football means to him because of it.
Aww. You know what? I completely glossed over that detail. It's a really nice detail. The episode's still really boring for the most part and a little rushed, but that's a nice detail. Like, yeah, 70-something-year-old retiree, his wife presumably already passed. Like, yeah, kind of wish they focused more on that instead of just keeping it all so vague and so much of a mystery. Like, okay, in 11 Lads of Leaping, turns out he has a whole family. He probably has kids with their own lives, their own families, but they never really fleshed that out other than just, oh, Mr. Grouse going to visit them. Like, if they're going to give him so much screen time, then we may as well get a bit of the more lore on his family at the very least.
We even get to see the car he used to woo her back in the day, happily passing it down to Lori in exchange for $500, and a summer of being his personal.
Okay, to be fair though, even for such an old convertible, like with a bit of like $500 plus the maintenance, that's kind of a steal. At least if you ask me. But I don't know. I'm not really a car expert by any means.
Driver. He's really established himself as a show staple by this point, having come a long way from his days as a one-note gag character.
Yeah, I guess I can. There's something to appreciate there.
And much of the same could definitely be said about.
No, you fucking cannot. Oh my gosh! Again, language. Ugh.
Flip. And like his John DiMaggio counterpart, we get a mix of major and minor roles for him.
Yeah, roles that were really not fun, not memorable, not heartfelt, not emotional. They just did whatever they thought was funny, and it wasn't funny. The one thing you were gunning for, and you still didn't get it.
This is the point where the writers made him a go-to staple, which was definitely a divisive decision with the fan base.
Yeah.
We get to see what he looked like as a teenager.
I still don't get. Wait a minute. If he's that noticeably, because keep in mind, guys, it's established in canon that he's pretty much around the same age as Rita. Does that mean Rita is a couple years older than Lynn Sr.? Huh. The more you know.
Where he was slim and suave, but still the slimy bastard we all know and love.
Swamp Suit, you've seen me with my Nintendo Switch 2. My Nintendo Switch 2 came with Mario Kart World. So, it's a little ironic. Yeah, of course I have played Mario Kart World. Probably never going to play Crossworlds, though.
The Food and Fuel by this point has become one of the show's most visited locations.
Unfortunately.
Noel Flip still continues to sell various services to the main characters, including a crappy boat that briefly gets the Loud stranded on Lake Eddie.
They almost could have drowned. They almost could have been killed. And he hardly gives a crap.
We even get to see the Loud Kids be forced to take care of him in secret after accidentally injuring him.
And he completely abuses their hospitality. Like, what do these writers, what do these showrunners see in this character? To be honest, screw him.
And how he, to nobody's surprise, takes advantage of it, even having them put on his own crappy sitcom version of the show. But he does tell Lynn and Rita to take it easy on their children after the fact.
For whatever reason, I guess. Like, I guess he suddenly decided to be nice? I don't know what the point of that was.
So he still has some heart. Either way, given the way things are going, expect to see a lot of Flip in your future.
Please, no.
If it's someone else we're going to be seeing a lot of in the future, it's certainly the Dog Squad.
Is that really what we're calling them from there on out?
Stella's now settled into the group, and we learn that she has quite a knack for contraptions.
Yep, best girl. Fight me.
We also get to meet their parents and Stall Monitor, many of whom would become recurring characters in the future. They're an enduring presence in Lincoln's episodes, even some of which that are primarily Clink and McCloud, or otherwise. And despite a bump or two in the road, they always have each other's backs.
Yeah.
Liam, in particular, is starting to get a lot of incidental use. We often see him pop up in stories that he otherwise has no involvement with. It's evident that he provides...
I guess they need if they have a go-to farmer. I don't know what they're trying to do with Liam, but you know what? It's not problematic by any means.
...the benefit to the writers. If a plot or gag needs...
Like, at the very least, unlike Flip, he's a genuinely charming character. Like, I really don't hate him. At least, as far as Lincoln's friend groups is concerned, or the Dog Squad, as he's calling them.
Animals or farm-fresh products, he's very useful for being able to meet that demand.
Like, to be honest, guys, the more I think about it, 90% of the time, if you cut Rusty and Zach from Lincoln's friend group, you wouldn't miss out on much. Keep in mind, I said like 90%. I know they have a handful of dedicated episodes, but other than that, it could just as easily be just Liam, Stella, and eventually Kara, and it feels like you wouldn't miss much.
And his connection to our main character means that it's easy to bring him into the action. As mentioned earlier, Walt got a focus episode this time around.
Yeah, the frickin' bird out of all the pets, they went with the bird.
With the other pets acting as his wingman to help him find love.
Get it? Wingman? Cause he has wings? Okay, I'll stop.
This was their last major outing as a group until season 7, but they made the most of it. Ultimately, they helped Walt
like,
find
honestly,
love with a
this is one of those episodes where, how do I describe it in a way that makes sense? Like, I don't know. It's one of those one-off episodes where you can just sit back and appreciate the charm. It's not there to necessarily sell you emotionally or progress the characters or really tell a more, you know what? Let me put it this way. It's basically giving Wall-E vibes of romance. It's just innocent love that you're not meant to take too seriously, more or less.
migrating duck, but the two decide it's best they stay with their respective families.
And Anthony, don't blame yourself in that regard. Like, my scheduling is a little, okay, it's very inconsistent. I might start at 1, I might start at 3, I might start at 2. You never know. Like, it really just depends on my energy and whatever else I'm busy with. So don't feel bad about it.
Families. What makes this episode so notable, though, is that it exemplifies the growing anthropomorphism of the show's animals, which really became apparent this season. You
know, you're right. Never really... was that ever really a consistent idea prior to this season?
only real exceptions being the occasional lapses for a particular plot or gag. There's so many examples that it's hard to keep track of them all. Lovebirds alone has a ton. Mr. Grouse calls out Walt like he would any other member of the Loud family, and Lincoln mentions that Walt never misses an episode of the Dreamboat. Kind of like Woodstock and Peanuts, the anthropomorphism of a canary.
Wait, I just realized they do. Charles and Walt, they do have the color scheme of Snoopy and Woodstock. That's so cute. That's such a cute detail. You know what? I can't hate it.
It just isn't questioned, and this scene is perfectly normal. And that's not even getting into the moments where Lola serves tea to a hummingbird.
Was there more than one occasion?
Or Lisa casually losing a game of chess to an owl.
Okay, that makes no sense for Lisa, but that's still a really cute gag.
We even see him with 5 o'clock Shadow in his disheveled, depressed state. I guess that's just how birds deal with heartbreak. Wait, that house looks different. Did Lincoln just forget to pick up his old house from school?
I guess, but is this really is that really the kind of continuity we should be fixated on? I really don't think so. can I understand all of the hate, quote unquote, Mario Kart World gets, or is it not justified in your opinion? I guess I can understand why people are a little burnt out from this installment in particular, just because we got 10 years worth of DLC in Mario Kart 8, and then a year later they release a new Mario Kart. So yeah, some of it feels lazy, some of it feels uninspired, especially because most of the new characters are just NPCs from the games. Like, I don't know. In some capacities, I get it, but at the same time, calling it hate is a bit of an overstatement.
Speaking of school, Royal Woods Elementary certainly didn't get to relax like everyone else. Mrs. Johnson has to host parent-teacher conferences, and things go absolutely haywire.
In ways that really make no sense, as we've already discussed.
Back to what would Lincoln do once again, her overbearing mother we learned about in this episode makes an appearance, and it's revealed that she makes her do yoga.
Basically, it looks just like her, except that she's got wrinkles. And there is a glaringly uncomfortable detail I could be pointing out, but this is a kid show.
A practice she usually shirks on and ultimately has Rusty do forbid in her place. She apparently owns a white sedan, too. Just more evidence as to how lonely.
Thank you, APD. Okay. You have a little sister, too, when she was a baby. Thank you, APD, for backing me up.
She is. At least
also, hello, APD. Welcome to the stream. I don't know if I said hello.
After my childhood, I noticed that a lot of single teachers had sedans. Either way, at least she didn't leave her lights on.
You know what? I shouldn't be laughing so much, but I just love that line from Patrick. Whoever's the owner of the white sedan, you left your lights on. Pop, 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 pop.
Moving up the ladder, Cheryl's gotten more wild, but not much else to say there. And then there's Principal Huggins,
who is basically going to be taking a backseat once the season is... You know what? They're just going to pretend he never existed once the season is over. He does make, I think, one more appearance in Season 8, but... Yeah, they're just better say your goodbyes, guys, because we're not going to be seeing Principal Huggins for a while, if ever again.
Aside from his toupee gags having to accept the loss of Ricky the Rooster, the superintendent is back, and he has Clyde bake butterscotch cookies for her to appeal to her sweet tooth.
Uh-huh.
They clearly want to do something Skinner-esque with him.
It's a little uninspired, and honestly, do I really care?
Hopefully this keeps up. And that's the gist of Season 4.
Where the heck is that shot from?
A lot of unique ideas to offer.
You know what?
And that's the gist of Season 4. A lot of unique...
Something about Lincoln's expression in this one shot. I know where it's from. Something about his face is just so silly to the point where I just have a smile on my face. He looks genuinely adorable.
Ideas to offer, being a nice breather while the operation changes hands. There were definitely some cracks, and some of the more major criticisms of Modern Loud House have their roots planted here. But
okay, they weren't as egregious in this season, but yeah, it was more or less just a first step.
Overall, it was a very successful transition of eras. It knew to feel things out without being disruptive. And
yeah, you would think, at the very least, the showrunners or just about anyone would be paying attention to the internet to see what characters actually are likable and which ones aren't, and actually work off of that, but... I don't know what the creative process is at Nickelodeon, to say the least. So, can't really say.
Let loose and have some good fun. It still has its fair share of apology endings and lessons learned, but it knew, for the most part, to keep the stakes low and avoid wearing out the show's audience.
I mean, to be fair, we're 4 seasons in a slice of life show. Wearing off, it's to be expected, more or less.
It really hits home that anticipatory feel of the last couple of months of the school year. Something that many of us experienced at one point or another.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
At least if you're a grown adult who's actually finished school, to say the least.
Feel about that Season 4 feel? What are your favorite moments? Let me know in the comments and get ready to pack your bag.
You know what? How did I rank Season 4 in my tier lists? Now that I think about it.
We're going to Scotland.
Oh God! I just realized he made a retrospective on the movie. The question is, what am I gonna do next time, guys? Do I want to go straight to Season 5, or do I want to talk about the movie? Because, keep in mind, guys, ultimately, the movie's not canon. By the look, or at the very least, by the looks of it. Otherwise, Lenny would still be trying to make things work with Scott. We never would have met Gavin. We never would have met what's-his-name from the summer camp arc. Like, I don't know. The movie isn't canon, so why the hell should I bother acknowledging it? Okay, I will say, though, I should have the Season 4 tier list somewhere in my Discord server. So, Let's look into it. That's not mine. That's not mine either. Is this? Yeah, season 4. How did I rank this? Yeah, nothing too crazy in rank 1. Now that I look at it. Yeah, Gameloft, Community Service, Any Given Sunday, Tales of Woe. Okay, if we're looking at the top 2 brackets, yeah, nothing where I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is one of the best episodes in the whole series. I guess overall, you could argue it's a very mediocre season. Although, to be fair, the bar's not really that high, and from season 5 onwards, the quality just really gets lower and low. Oh my gosh, hiccup. Lower and lower and lower. That's what I get for eating right before I started stream and running my mouth. But alright, guys. That is the retrospective on season 4. Courtesy of our homie Karate Kid. I'm gonna think of it, you know what? I did watch it in its entirety, and I'm more or less using it for my channel, so the least I can do is give the guy a like. Yeah, okay, a Dave, I don't really know what that means, but yeah, more or less, it is a Dark Horse season. But alright, guys, that's it for... Unless I got something else to think about as of right now with the Loud House, that's it for season 4, guys. Hopefully tomorrow, if not on Saturday, more than likely tomorrow. I got nothing going on. It's Sunday. I don't work. Y'all know how it goes. We're either going to look at Season 5, or we're going to look at the movie retrospective, which, to be honest, we did react to Cartoonshi's review of it a couple weeks back, so maybe this will feel redundant, maybe it won't. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we react to the Season 5 retrospective or the movie retrospective tomorrow? Because I'm cool either way, to be honest. While you guys decide that, though, underrated but has so many flaws. Season 4 was alright, but get ready for changes next season and in the movie, unfortunately. I'm very well aware of that, what that entails. Better than some of Season 5 episodes? Yeah. It's not bad, but it's not amazing either for the most part. Heard this rumor on Reddit a while back that supposedly some of the writers' choices were because they listened to kids. I don't know if it's true, but it's just a rumor. I guess it would make sense, J-Carb, but... I don't know. I guess part of the reason I got into the show in the first place was because it more or less managed to appeal to kids and adults alike. But as the seasons go on, it feels like it definitely loses that edge, and that's probably owed to the Savino's departure. Well-deserved departure, mind you. I'm not going to deny that. But I don't know. Movie retrospective, movie. Okay, 2 people have said movie so far. But while you guys debate that, let's switch to Legends EA. But for that, I gotta set up the Switch, so I'll be right back, guys. Okay. I'd like to believe we're good to go, guys. Artucci hate watched the Loud House movie? I wouldn't say hate watched. Like Hilda, he watched it and he had negative things to say, but hate watching means... Hate watching would imply you're watching it with the intention to talk negatively about... With the intention to talk negatively about it, no matter what. Like, I don't know. That's just me, though. Like, it's at the very least, in some capacity, I think his criticisms are genuine, but... Yeah, he definitely went a little overboard. Okay, where the heck did the tab go? Hold on. There you go. Alright, guys. Hopefully we can finally finish this game today. We're at rank B, so I like to believe we're almost done with the main story, but I could be wrong. Either way, I kind of want to rush it, guys, because the DLC is dropping in, 4 days? And I'm not going to play it on launch day because I have work that day, but hopefully next weekend we can get some blind reactions to new Mega Evolutions, because that's one thing that I'm really pissed off I got spoiled on. Like, I don't know. Reacting to Mega Evolutions, that's decent content, to say the least. Okay, why the heck was I here? Wait, what's my mission? Okay, I guess I just gotta go outside. Honestly weird how this show went from a simple slice of life show to weird dragons and Scotland stuff along with space. Yeah. Anthony, this season was the spark for a lot of crap that nobody asked for. Let me put it that way. Do I like Sonic the Hedgehog? Ultimately, Dave, I'm indifferent towards Sonic the Hedgehog as a franchise. Oh my gosh, Swampsuit, I more or less almost already forgot about that other Owl House video. At some point I'll get to it, but like I said, guys, this is definitely taking priority now. Yeah, we are an hour and 40 minutes into the stream. Okay. Yeah, I guess we have to battle Emma, but I completely forgot why. Does she actually have a theme? A man who played an important role in my life. Gee. I wonder who that is. It's not like anyone's played the game that precedes this one in any capacity. Oh, she's not talking about Looker. You know what? I'm gonna shut up. Okay. And of course, probably one of the most iconic characters in this region, in this generation, and she doesn't get her own theme. That's nice. Wait, does she have Mega Malamar? She probably will, now that I think about it. Yeah, nice light screen. Goodbye. Also weak to Earthquake, so I don't know what we're doing. Yeah, nice dynamic punch, loser. Okay. Not weak to ground, but this is still gonna hurt. Ow. Yeah, really strong, apparently. Also weak to ground. Girl, learn your type coverage. Already dead. Alright, let's see it. Found some cursed Loud House thumbnails on my feed. Gonna send it to Discord. Oh gosh, Swampsuit, do me a favor. If it's as cursed as you say it is, maybe mark it as sensitive. I don't know. Obviously, I trust you to not be too inappropriate about it. Alright, let's see it. Kinda wish... This would have been a fun surprise if the spoilers hadn't given it away, but to be fair, the marketing was a lot of fun. Oops, I misclicked. And he has Poison Jab, so... Okay, you got lunge. You one-shot him, right? Apparently not. I didn't even need to Mega Evolve there. Good thing those old guys aren't here to see this. What, Looker and... To be honest, I completely forgot the name of the guy who gave him the... Gave her the freaking Malamar. And the suit and whatever. Tell me, what do you two know about Team Flare? That they try to destroy the world just because they're narcissists? I don't know. They're the group that caused all that trouble for Kalos 5 years ago, right? Uh-huh. Led by a man named Lysandra, we know. He disappeared 5 years ago, but now he's reappeared, calling himself L. He's been spotted around town with a mysterious Pokemon. It seems suspicious, so I decided to investigate them. Not for a client, just for me. But everything I've uncovered tells me that he hasn't been doing anything sinister at all. In fact, he seems to be genuinely trying to help save Lumios. But it's not the old guard we've got to worry about here, or rather the new. Who's the new? See, about 5 years ago, I had my own ties to someone who was involved in Team Flare. That's how I heard what I'm about to tell you. Before Team Flare collapsed, they started making moves to ensure they left a legacy. Really? They tried to destroy the world, they failed, their boss died in the process. So, what legacy? How? Why? When? Apparently they tried to make a few different things, like making the expansion suit that I use. Okay, that one does check out at the very least. Another one of their efforts involved training up a new generation. Oh. Really? Raising children with genocidal tendencies? Oh gosh, that's kind of dark. Grisham was one of the young trainers at Team Flare. Oh, okay. So it's not clear if Grisham is even a real name or not. It's what he goes by. It's really all we can work with. And now he's part of the ZA Royale. But why? To what end? Could it still be for Team Flare? There's no real saying for sure. Not until I do some more digging, at least. You know what? I bet Mabel at the... She was part of Team Flare. Yeah, if anyone would know, it's her. Why would she know anything? Oh, right. I guess I gotta play dumb. Why would she know anything? Sorry, but that's not for me to say. Girl, just tell me. Like, the person... Never mind. Did we really have to battle her for that information? Couldn't I just have paid her? Alright. Where's the lab again? It's down here, right? Okay, it's marked on the map. But I gotta heal first. You're a monster? What did I do, Anthony? I love the fact that half of my party is just quick balls just because they're that practical when it comes to catching wild mons. I don't know. I think it's a little funny. Wait, is the... yep, it's past the battle area. May as well cut the middle, man. But alright, you know what? I kind of appreciate the fact that they're actually bringing up the fact that Mabel used to be part of Team Flare. That rat, that vile little man. Can't believe that, Mayor. It's not my fault we keep getting more wild zones. It's not like even up. And it's not even like I could tell him off. Not when he knows I'm basically at his mercy. That doesn't mean I should get worked into the ground. I'm acting director. You alright, girl? Are you making progress on my research stats? Girl, you think I didn't just hear what you just said? You okay? Tell me about Grisham. Grisham? Who could that be? Someone who was in Team Flare. Team Flare? Seems you already know more about Gris than I would have thought. Oh, you even got a nickname for him. Tell me. Pray tell. Fine. So I used to be a part of Team Flare. Hey, y'all hear the theme song though? Da 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 da. You know what? Say what you will about Team Flare. Say what you will about how boring their boss is as a villain. But their theme is kind of fire. No pun intended. Tell me more. I don't really mind telling people if they're merely curious, but there are still people today who would react badly if they even hear the words Team Flare, you know. So I don't exactly walk around advertising. Lady. Girl. You literally got their logo on your laptop and on your bootleg gamer chair. What the fuck? What do you mean you're not advertising it? Does nobody else see the irony in that? When everything fell apart, I got taken into custody along with the others, but I took a plea deal. And again, another laptop with the logo on it. Like, did you think that wouldn't be any red flags? Raise any red flags? Like, girl. So I got made acting director of this lab. Easy to keep tabs on me if I'm always stuck here, right? My role in Team Flare also had me looking into Pokemon energy and all, so I don't hate the work. Sorry. I didn't mean for the sob story to spill out. You want to know about Grisham, huh? He was part of the younger generation in Team Flare. Everyone called him Gris. It means gray. Oh. Okay, and? It's not like she walks outside, but, I mean, still, Swampsuit, anyone who goes into the lab can see the branding. He was pretty strong when it came to battles. Not that he got much of a chance to show off that skill at the time. Honestly, I don't know what he might be thinking now joining the Royale. But if you've really got to know, you might want to try the Novo Cafe over in the coffee truck. Why? Wait, is it that orange one where he gave us the I mean, I didn't really think about it, but you know what? I probably should have guessed that. Yeah, that truck could not be trusted. You'll find out when you go, won't you? Sheesh, kid. We'll take all the mystery and fun out of life. You're about to walk into a pretty sticky situation, but I'll be there to help when the time comes. And don't forget, I still want you to keep up the research work too. Oh, trust me, eventually I will. Order up a promotion match at the Novo Cafe truck. Wait, does that mean I have to get the ticket, or? Yeah, it's that truck. Wait, was that Charizard always there? It would just randomly come to... Okay, enough. Okay, Swampsuit, you got me. Yeah, no, this is a pretty... Then again, I walked into the lab no problem, with no security, so yeah, anybody could walk into the building. Okay, is it just me, or is Charizard's jawline a little more chiseled than it is in other games? You're Grisham, aren't you? The only good thing we've got to offer is our location. You here for another nasty drink? Hey, yo. If you'd like to order something, please speak to the young lady there. I'd like to order a meeting with Grisham. Well, isn't this entertaining? It looks like you've managed to find your next opponent. The quiet master of Centrico Plaza's famed Novo Cafe is indeed just a font. The truth is, I'm one of the top-ranked trainers in the Royale, the foremost trainer in Rank B, and the boss of Team Flare Novo. Yes, you found me. Grisham at your service. I've got my own goals to achieve, goals that have brought me to the ZA Royale, which is why I cannot let you defeat me. I suppose this still makes little sense to you. However, shall I explain the whole thing? Please do. I'm a little... Grisham, you know this kid is with AZ. There's no point in even trying to explain it all to someone on his side. This is Grizel, one of my comrades in Team Flare Novo. Wait, did I pronounce that right? Let's just take this kid down right here, right now, while you've got the chance. Grizel, please, do calm yourself. Novo Cafe is here to offer comfort to the masses. It's no place to start a commotion. Fine. Sent you a location. If you care at all about knowing the truth, go there and wait. We'll close up shop, then head over. If you'd be so kind, please check your map and find your own way. We'll meet you there. Okay. Got a little bit of mystery, and yeah, they're gone. So, I guess I don't have a choice but to meet up. Okay. Member of Team Flare, so I'm assuming a lot of fire types. You know what? Shelly hasn't really gotten a chance to do much the more I think about it. But then you remember, Shelly's not part water anymore. Still, though, I want her to put in some work, so I'm gonna lead with her. Like, she really hasn't gotten the chance to shine, the more I think about it. More like, what reason would a random NPC have to enter the lab? I guess. But I don't know. If you're someone, say, from Team MZ, walking into the lab for research or whatever, yeah, you'd be able to figure out pretty quick. Figure that out pretty quick. Wait, is this the... Isn't this the... Lysandre's Cafe? The... Okay. Okay, there they are. Now what? Look at you, waiting like a good little boy. Hey, yo. I imagine you must be asking yourself why we would want to meet at such a spot. This is Lysandre Cafe. Yep, okay, I was right. It was a very important place for anyone in Team Flare, though now it is an empty storefront. No one has any desire to rent a location so closely associated with such a disreputable group. And since someone wants it, I've taken the liberty of continuing to use it as a base for Team Flare. Or more rightly, for Team Flare Nouveau. Okay, is there really a difference, my boy? You do know about Team Flare, don't you? Of course I do. Genocide, fashionistas, narcissists. What could an outsider like you know about what Team Flare really was? Grissel. Grisham, this kid is our enemy. He's nothing but an obstacle to all the goals we hope to achieve. There's no point in trying to explain everything to someone like this. Let's just get rid of him. The world has not been kind or forgiving towards those of us who are part of Team Flare. I'm afraid it's all too understandable, sad though it is, that some harden their hearts in response. Like Grissel here has done. You seem pretty you're being a little too analytical about someone who's basically your sister, dude. My apologies. I'm afraid there's simply no stopping Grissel once she's set on a course of action. Though it will mean revealing your battle tactics to me before our promotional match, I must ask, why would I do that? Why would I agree to that if it's just going to give away my strategies? Why would I agree to a match with her if it's just going to give away my strategies to you? You're the promotion match, not her. And for whatever reason, okay, the narrative is not giving me a choice. Am I happy with my team, or would I like to change something about it? Like, I'm at that point in the story where I would love to make some tweaks here and there, but the fact of the matter is, if I want to raise like a new Mega from the ground up, it's just going to be really tedious. Like, it was already tedious enough with Eleanor and Shelly. It was worthwhile, but it was early enough in the game to the point where they could catch up soon enough. Here, though, like, yeah, there's really no more compromising, to say the least. But alright. Am I leading with Shelly? I am. So, you know what? I need to tweak some moves. She really doesn't need both Sludge Bomb and Sludge Wave. That was just for, I think, a raid? Is there a TM for Surf in this game? Probably not. And even then, I don't have to worry about the lack of accuracy with Hydro Pump. Yeah, why not? Let's ditch Sludge Wave. To be honest, I don't hate the idea of double team. But I don't know. Fight me. I don't want to fight. I don't know if y'all heard that, guys, but I'm answering a text right now. Alright, moving on. I'm gonna burn you to the ground. There won't be enough of you left to fight. Jeez, what is... Okay, I get it that she's a little jaded, but... Jeez. It's just a Pokemon battle. It's not a... Like, she treats it like it's a freaking murdering attempt. Hey, hold on, though. The Team Flare theme? Hold on. Da, 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 da. Hold on, let me hear it. Let me hear it. Yeah! Da 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 da. I should probably Mega Evolve now that I think about it. Just for the extra bulk. Wait, does Mega Dragalge get extra defense? I don't know, but here we are. Okay, swapped out. But still dead. Oh wait, does U-turn not switch you out? Completely? Oh gosh. And yeah, probably dead. No, wait, no, I dodged it. Okay, good job, Shelly. Okay, she is packing heat. She is packing heat. Okay. Okay. Don't you dare freeze me. Yeah, even Sword stance boosted Earthquake, and he's still not getting one shot. Okay. I tank it. One-shotted. Wait, does she have a Mega? Yeah. Again, guys. I really wish I wasn't spoiled on this. Oh my goodness. Do I one-shot him with Earthquake? I think I might, but we'll see. Like, yeah, I get the Mega, but at the same time, it's still... The Mega is underwhelming, but at the same time, it would have been a fun reveal. I've got to win this battle. I can't let anyone stand in our way. What exactly is your goal again? Is it still destroying the world? Because, yeah, you know damn well why I should. But alright, let's see it in action. Like, I get it. His main is supposed to resemble, like, some sort of kanji, but it's still really dumb. I might survive. Nope. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Yep. Even with Snarl debuff, I still kill him with Water Pulse. Alright. Shelly put in the work. Thank goodness. Like, finally, Shelly got a chance to shine. Or more or less be the carry of the match. I lost. My Pokemon lost. That was well fought. I expected nothing less from Team MZ's new ace, the one who seeks to save Lumiose City. I'd say it's time for a little coffee break. Voila! One Ember Roast for our signature drink at Novo Cafe. Just like that? Okay, she healed me. Wait, what happened to... She seems oddly chipper now. Now that we're all feeling refreshed, allow me to teach you about the true history of Team Flare, and what it is we hope to accomplish. Please, join us inside. I mean, are your goals any different from what they were 5 years ago? I mean, I don't know, but let's see. The fiery red of Lyssandra's burning passion. That is what fills this cafe. And here in this place... Oh my goodness, they even brought back the music. And here in this place, I'd like to explain to you why I chose to battle in the Royale. Shall we begin with Team Flare? You see, the group known as Team Flare provided a place for people to come together and help one another, all to achieve a more beautiful world. However, our leader grew disillusioned with humanity over time. Fearing what the future might bring, he set his sights on a new goal of his own. To reduce the number of people in the world. You could... Okay, I know the game is easy for everyone, but you can just say destroy the world. In the end, he made a truly foolish choice. He chose to use the ultimate weapon. Do you know about the ultimate weapon, which nearly burned the Kalos region off the map? That weapon was AZ's creation. Uh-huh. You may only see AZ as the kindly figure who has provided you with a place to call home. But if he had never built something so horrifying, then Lysandre would have never been driven to such madness. They're both idiots. Can we agree on that? And we in Team Flare wouldn't have become society's outcast. I guess it makes sense. They did not condone Lysandre's actions, but they still get associated with him. And now it appears AC is out to save Lumios, relying on his support of your team. I mean, to be fair, after all this time, it makes sense that he would want to atone. He got cursed with immortality, his partner abandoned him for centuries, like... I don't know, I feel like you could just clear a lot of your grievances if you just talk things out a little, know what I mean? Honestly, it's laughable. My apologies. I imagine you don't know how to respond to such an unexpected outpouring. And of course, you might not even believe a word I've said. That's why I invite you to witness the truth yourself. How's that? You'll see. Yeah, he's gonna let me into the lab. Open sesame! We're actually going back into the lab, though. That's kind of crazy. Beyond that door lies the former Lysandre Labs. It was a facility used for research in the days when Team Flare was still active. And it was down there that we learned AZ's secrets for ourselves. That is where we learned of the terrible weapon he created. You must see the truth with your own eyes if you are to fully understand how awful it is. Lysandre Labs was designed to be a labyrinth. And of course, plenty of wild Pokemon have taken over the place since it was abandoned. You might be done in before you get to see the truth for yourself. I mean, I just beat your ass in battle. You really think that little of me? But alright. Bro, it's so jarring to see this whole layout in 3D instead of just seeing it in a 3DS game. I figured enough time had passed for you to have gotten yourself in some trouble. Let me guess, you're down. If so, there should be an elevator right in front of you. You'll need to find an elevator key. There should be one lying around there somewhere. I hear a cry, but I don't know what it is. Oh, it's a Houndoom. You know what, Shelly? You can take care of this, right? Okay, it's only level 49. And my Earthquake missed. Alright, goodbye. Ooh, y'all hear this battle theme, though? Kinda crazy. Okay, I'm guessing the pads do teleport me, but kind of want to get a scope of this first floor first. Oh, okay. I guess I can't use them yet anyways. Just burn heals everywhere, I guess. Oh, there you go. Are we actually going to have an animation? Of course not. Nope. Where are these going to take me, though? That's the real question. Okay, that's a dead end. Wait, what's that glowing over there? Okay, I see Manectrix. I'm guessing that's the elevator key, but who knows? He's definitely gonna attack me, isn't he? No, let's try to catch it, just because I don't have one on the decks. Okay, nice. Okay, we have a key card, but she said elevator key. I'm guessing the wording is key there. Dark Pulse TM, not really helpful, but you never know. Is this just a dead end? No, okay. Wait, did it just teleport me through the... It just teleported me through the wall. Okay, I see what happened there. I guess I needed that key card eventually. think I heard an... Was that an electric? I honestly don't know. We get a Dawnstone? Okay. Have I been caught in electric yet? I haven't. So... What's up? Okay, I'm guessing I'm not meant to go through that pit, so... Yep, okay. Alright, I'm out. It's a little tricky, but you know what? I think we can pull it off. Eventually. Got another Ultra Ball. I'm guessing this is what I open with... Yeah, okay. Like, at the end of the day, guys, it's a Pokemon game. The puzzles aren't too complicated. Hello? Random Noivern just chilling. Guess I may as well try. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Thank you, Eleanor. What the dog's doing? I could just run past them, but where's the fun in that? You know what? No fun allowed. Hello, Jorge. Welcome to the stream. Alright, I get it. No fun allowed. Jeez. Okay, there is a bit of a map here. I didn't even realize there was a map until like 5 seconds ago. Okay, there's another key card. I just realized I left Discord open. That's my bad. I feel like I'm missing something, so I'm just gonna go this way again. It's like a dead end. Oh, I can just... Really? Alright. I'm guessing I'm meant to go that way. Yep, okay. There's the generators, there's a door. I don't care. Later, losers. Ooh, there's Beldums here? And Medtanks? Okay, those catch rates are impossible, so, you know what? I'm not gonna bother. Bro, get a hobby. Oh my goodness. And Julie got burned. Oh goodness. Hey, get out of my face. Okay, this is where the electrics were. Seriously though, I want to catch a Beldum. I want to catch a Beldum. Maybe I do want Metagross eventually in this game, but by the time I can level him up and whatnot, I probably won't have the chance. I mean, I'll try, but it wouldn't surprise me if I failed. And he sees me. Okay, great. Let's try it. Do I have quick balls on me? 'Cause I don't mind trying to catch the Metang instead. Preferably without having to battle him. Wait, can I actually catch him without... Nope. I won't get the chance anyways, because I'm that bad at this game. Yeah, I told you, those catch rates are impossible. The worst part is, if I want to complete the Pokédex, I'm gonna have to come back here eventually. I'll look into it soon enough, Swampsuit. Alright, if I'm gonna have to battle the Manectrics, then yeah, Julie can do the trick here. Don't know why I left her out of the ball, though. You know what, Swampsuit? Maybe you're right. I don't know. Like, my team is definitely not 100% set in stone, but we'll see. I will say this, though. Eleanor, not getting benched. Ice and Ghost, great coverage. And there's a lot of sentimentality behind this Pokemon in particular. Secondly, Julie, y'all have seen her carry God knows how many matches with her type coverage? Definitely not. Alfred, my starter. The ones that are definitely undecided are Ricochet and Shelly. Just because they can definitely be traded for certain alternatives, to say the least. Jake, you know what, the same could be said for Jake, but I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Excuse me. Alright, is there a key card around here? Holy shit, holy sh... Bro! I was like, where did that lightning come from? And then it turns out, the Manectric is still on my tail. Jeez, man. Like, the icon was gone? Like, I was completely... Like, that came out of nowhere. I thought that was just part of the... that lightning, bro. I mean, I don't hate the idea, Swampsuit, but Phalanx, I don't know. I would like a little more type coverage than just pure fighting. But we'll see. Alright, let's see what's here. Okay, am I going the right way, or am I missing something? Because to be honest, it's really easy to get lost here. Okay, I have not been here before, so I'm doing something right. Holy crap. Yeah, that is an Alpha Arbok. And another Houndoom. Okay, I don't have the keycard yet. Okay. Fine. Don't you dare Fire Fang me. Okay. I can work with that. I'm telling you, Excadrill has so much coverage. It's ridiculous. And really, even without the Mega, he still has really good speed and attack. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, did this Mon really deserve a Mega? I honestly don't think so, but I'm not complaining. Oops. I meant to attack there. Hi. Okay, I guess I'm missing something. That's a dead end. Won't they just lead me back to the... Oh, shit! Oh my god, I'm not gonna lie, guys. The Noivern definitely caught me off guard. Well, he's dead, and I tried to catch him as soon as he got KO'd. Although, to be honest, maybe I could have tried with a quick... landing a quick ball in his back. I don't know. Like, I don't know, I will say this, the catching system in this game is a little flimsy. Definitely a little more convoluted than in Legends Arceus. Maybe it's something... Yep, there's the key card. Okay, just grab it and run. Just grab it and run. Excuse me, pardon me. And I pissed off the Alpha, so I should run. You know what? If I wasn't unfortunately spoiled, I would try to catch the Arbok in hopes that it got a Mega Evolution, because it definitely needs one, but... the fact of the matter is I do, and holy shit. Holy crap. I know Aegislash is kind of imposing, but... something about the Alpha Eyes and the... Are you kidding me? Really? Okay, it's on. No, no, no! You follow me all the way here, and now you want to chicken out? No, no, no! Get your butt over here! Get your butt over here, you poser! No! Bro, you are wasting my Mega Energy. Bro, are you kidding me? You know what? You should be dead now, right? Yep. What a freaking pie hole of a... Wait, do dust balls count down here? I mean, we are underground. I really don't know for sure. Do a post on YouTube and ask the viewers about which Pokemon I should use on the team to... I don't know, Swampsuit. When I make community posts... Let me put it this way. Most of my viewers are not in it for me playing Pokemon games. Let me put it that way. Oops, I did not mean to send him out. Yeah, I really need to conserve Mega Energy. At least if I have to fight that Aegis Slash. Come to think of it. Probably could have used a Super Potion there. But oh well. I've got more than I know what to deal with. Okay, I'm guessing I don't have a choice. And the plot is going to make me fight him no matter what, so I may as well save. Yeah, I agree, Hilda. Season 3 was when the show was more or less at its best. Yep, I don't have a choice. Yeah, they were just standing there. They weren't wandering around like the other wild Mons. And my Mega Gauge doesn't get reset. That's nice. At least he's taking a beating. Probably because he's not in shield form. Wait, is there... Wait, there's no abilities in this game, so Aegislash is just squishy, isn't he? Do I get to catch it? Be really cool if there was a Mega Aegislash, but I guess they don't give me a choice anyways. Yeah, Discord is definitely more so meant for the people who will watch pretty much everything that I do, more or less. So yeah, I think a poll on Discord would be a little more practical. There's the elevator key, and I'm guessing... Yeah, that pad, I couldn't use it even if I wanted to, so... I'm guessing there's another battle past that elevator, so... Wait, can I just warp to it? I can. Okay. I'm guessing B2F. Oh, the research lab is in floor 3. Okay, so... You know what? My curiosity is getting the better of me. Just an experience... That's it? Just an experience candy? It's just a okay. Okay. I guess it's just a reward for thinking outside the box a little bit. Gosh, it's so dark. I mean, to be fair, the place is abandoned, but still. Okay, seriously, I don't know if it's the lighting in my room, but I literally cannot see anything on my screen. There you go. Security check initialized. Possession of all keycards has been confirmed. Commencing partial reboot of systems. Wait, did they just detect it in my pockets? Like, what? Okay. Systems rebooted. Voice guidance enabled. 4 files are available for playback. File 1. The device. The fuel. The legends. Our shared dream. Let's see. The device that grants life. This device was created 3,000 years in the past. It was originally designed to restore life to a Pokemon that had perished. Yep. You know who, if you've played X and Y, you know who that is. We've met her. We have found this ultimate weapon buried in the earth beneath the Geosense town. It has been well preserved. We believe we can have it operational with a little work. But we have not yet found the necessary key to activate the weapon. We believe AZ should still possess it, since he was the machine's creator. We must find him and capture him without delay. Okay. The device that grants life in fact grants the deceased's life stolen from other Pokemon. This is because the basic function of the device is to distill energy into its purest form, then emit it. This emission can take the form of convection, radiation, or conduction. Thus, life can be conducted back into a Pokemon that had lost its own, allowing it to be revived. What then would occur if we were to fuel the device with the energy of a legendary Pokemon? Kalos is said to have two of them, Xerneas, which represents life and rebirth, and Yveltal, representing destruction and death. The power to grant life and the power to steal it. These are mysterious abilities that even science has not been able to decode. What would happen to the world if we were to use such power to activate the weapon? As the world grows wealthier, the number of Pokemon and people will only continue to grow, and that growth will invite new difficulties. In time, life will fill every corner of the planet, until no more life can be sustained. Okay, Thanos, what's your point? When there is only one of something, it cannot be shared. When something cannot be shared, it will be fought over. You know what? I don't hate this interpretation. Like, in X and Y, it was more or less, oh, we're gonna destroy the world because it's ugly. But I guess they're more or less going with the Thanos philosophy of overpopulation leading to ruin and the solution is genocide? I guess for a kid-friendly game? I guess that's clever, or at the very least it's a lot more compelling. And when something is fought over, some must survive without it. The only way to create a world where people live in beauty, a world without conflict or theft, is to reduce the number. My comrades in Team Flare, the time has come to leave the world toward a more beautiful future. Zygarde? How'd you get here? I guess I left the door open, but still. Have you learned the secret of the ultimate weapon? How truly abominable it was? I think you of all people would know, since you're the one who used it. AZ created that weapon. You tried using it too. Don't try to point fingers. Then, 1,000 years later, he also made a device that now dwells within Prism Tower. Okay, that I did not know. Why are you here? Zygarde seemed to wish that I come to this place. I have lost most of my memories, and yet, this place does bring back something. What I remember most clearly is AZ. When I spoke with him 5 years ago, through the bars of his cell, I did not know his true intent, but I did learn of the device within Prism Tower. I set my mind on activating both the ultimate weapon and that device. But to activate the device required a certain Pokemon, one particular Floette. And there was no way to know where that Floette could be found. That led me to abandon my plans for the tower's device. But the ultimate weapon could still be activated using the key AZ carried, and so I did. There was an explosion. I remember that much, though I cannot recall the cause of it. Perhaps the weapon was incomplete. I was buried deep in the earth, together with Team Flare's secret base. And yet you're still alive. Zygarde saved me. It worked to protect all living creatures in the area from the light raining down, the deadly light of the weapon. In doing so, Zygarde exhausted its own power. But at the weapon's activation, the device in Prism Tower awakened as well, sensing danger. Now it has become a threat to Lumiose. It could fully lose control at any time. To stop the device and protect the city, Zygarde must regain its true power. It has given me a mission. Sooner or later, the tower will enter a frenzied state similar to— oh no! The only one who can bring it back under control is AZ's Floette. Yes, we need the Eternal Flower and a trainer who can draw forth her full power. This is the truth I know, and now you have learned all that those young people waiting in Lysandre Cafe wanted you to learn. Go and speak with Grisham and with AZ, then do what must be done. Wow. A little conflicting, but hey, at least we know what needs to be done. Wait, can't I just warp back? No, I guess not. So now what? So what do you have to say for yourself, dude? Did you see him? He's still down there. To think that he is still alive, and yet he doesn't seem to remember us in the slightest. How could he just forget? It's all because of him that the rest of us... Grizel, there will be a time for such things later. And you now know the truth of AZ's sins, and so I make this request of you. Get his Floette and give her to me. Why would I do a thing like that? You must see it by now. With his Floette, we should be able to keep Prism Tower control. Why wouldn't he just trust me with it then? Instead of you. Everything we've learned points to that conclusion. We must stop the tower from going on a rampage if we're ever to achieve the kind of beautiful world Team Flare once dreamed of. Yeah, it's not as pretty as you're imagining it, dude. And if we can be the ones to protect Lumios, then people will finally see us differently. I guess that's true. You understand? We were mere children, born to those who chose to join the team. And yet we too became pariahs in the eyes of society when Team Flare was disbanded. You know, you could just not associate yourselves with the name. I mean, you still get customers and whatnot, don't you? The city is our home too. We love it as much as anyone else. The only reason Team Flare existed was to make Lumios better. To make all of Kalos better. At Novo Cafe, we've worked hard to provide coffee to those who have little else. And as we've worked there, we've also heard the voices of the people. We understand this city better than anyone else. We know its people better than anyone else. So if you really want to face me in battle, you'll need more than just a challenger's ticket. You'll need to be ready to hand over AZ's Floette to me. What? Again, if I end up surpassing you, why wouldn't AZ just trust me with the Floette? I must become the strongest trainer by battling my way up through the Royale. I must become the strongest Mega Evolution user. Then I will be the one to restrain Prism Tower. Go talk with the rest of your team and decide what it is you really ought to do. It's time they all learned of his sins. Now go back to the hotel. You know what? Yeah. I guess in some ways my protagonist would have a lot of questions for AZ, to say the least. You've returned. I heard from Emma what leads you were following up on. I imagine you've learned much of my tale by now, is that right? You could say that. Oh, did you find Grisham? Oh, I found him alright. No kidding, I went digging into the rumors about Grisham with Emma after our chat. Sounds like he's one formidable trainer. Plus, he's part of this group, Team Flare Nouveau, and he's been gathering all sorts of info about Lumios from customers. He even seems to know something weird's going on with the tower. Is there any chance you could tell us more about the tower, AZ? You know, given the situation? Yes, I've also been thinking it's time I talk to you all about it. Come, we can speak on the roof. You know of the ultimate weapon, don't you? Yes, I know the truth now. Then I shall tell you of the terrible sins I have committed, and of my regrets. In the war that occurred 3,000 years ago, many things were lost. So many Pokemon had their futures stolen. People lost the everyday lives they'd known, and my Floette was sent to the front lines, where she lost her life. I made a device, a machine that could grant life, all so that I could revive my beloved Floette. I brought her back to life, and I got back what I had loved most. But my rage had not subsided. I could not forgive the world that had hurt the Pokemon that I loved. Oof. Ooh. The fun visual. In my rage, I remade the device into the ultimate weapon. I put an end to the senseless conflict that would have taken everything from us by becoming destruction itself. That's a really poetic way of putting it. The light fired from the weapon reached the heavens, then poured down, burning away all that rested upon the earth. But Floette must have known the truth. She must have realized that the life I had given her was stolen from so many other Pokemon. She left me, and I wandered alone for 3,000 years. "3,000 whole years, seriously?" During those long years of wandering, a man of great power asked me for my help. He said he wanted a way to protect Kalos. At this, I thought to myself, I cannot make another device that would take from others, but perhaps I could make one that would share the eternal life I had bestowed on Floette. That is what Ange is? Ange? 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 I'm just gonna say Ange. That is what is hidden deep within Prism Tower. I built Ange to give meaning to the eternal life I had burdened Floette with. It was, in one sense, my attempt to atone to Floette for what I've done. Is that the source of Prism Tower's power? Oh my gosh, that shock was kind of hard. Oh gosh, I should have screenshotted it before the dialogue popped up. I dreamed of the day when I could use Ange after reuniting with Floette at last. That day did not come to pass, but that was because we were living in a time of peace. But now Ange, the tower is emitting excessive amounts of mega power, even with that's why all the megas are going rogue. And yeah, I kind of figured there'd be a Mega Floette. This is the only conjecture on my part, but I believe it may be related to the ultimate weapon being fired 5 years ago. That shock awoke Ange and has caused the mega power contained within it to spill forth. It only took 5 years, wow. It has led to this rampant rogue megas that the Pokemon suffer. The people come to harm. There's only one way to put an end to the pain. A Mega Evolution user must Mega Evolve Floette, and together reach the control panel within Ange. I never could have imagined that you and Floette had that kind of history, and the tower too. So that's why we need the strongest Mega Evolution user, to stop the tower from going berserk. I have a question. Why would Floette be able to Mega Evolve at all? Normally Pokemon can only Mega Evolve when they aren't capable of evolving any further. Shouldn't Floette be able to evolve into Florges? My Floette cannot evolve. Perhaps because she is such a special Pokemon, having received the lives of so many others. Yeah. Though, that is only my conjecture. That's basically everyone's conjecture. If you're immortal, yeah, you basically can't evolve anymore. Floette returning to my side again after 3,000 years was an act of forgiveness. But she likely also returned to me so that I could atone for my sins by stopping the tower. However, I no longer have it in me to do battle as a trainer. I mean, yeah, I guess you might have kicked all these events into motion, AZ, but I'm sure you never dreamed the tower would go berserk like this. That doesn't matter. You still made this awful mess, and Team MZ is stuck cleaning it up. Naveen, I appreciate that he's trying to right his wrongs, and I owe him as much as any of us do. I don't want to be the bad guy any more than the rest of you, but accountability matters. You do realize we might die trying to fix all this, don't you? He's right. I continue to cause you children nothing but trouble because of my own powerlessness. I'm truly sorry. I get it, AZ. Just leave this to us. It's up to us to keep the tower from going wild, and that means you've got to be Grisham. I'm conflicted. I definitely am. Yeah. I'd see why you hesitate. Still, though, as rough as it is, can you afford to give up now? Okay, she's not wrong there. Besides, even if you backed down and left everything up to Grisham, how do you know Floette would choose to fight alongside him? Okay, that is true. And would that bring him, AZ, any peace? I get you're conflicted, but I think you should face him. Let the outcome of your battle decide things. Now go and earn your tickets. Yeah, okay, I guess I gotta wait until the evening. The whole freaking world is at stake, let alone the whole city, but yeah, I gotta wait for a challenger's ticket. And it's 45,000 points. Oh gosh, what a chore. Alright, get me a bench. Yeah, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Get me a bench just so I can skip into the night. I'm not waiting all day for that. Where do I even find a bench in this town? Is there a bench around here? Can I just sit here? I guess not. I guess I have to be a paying customer. Oh wait, there we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay here. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay here until nightfall. Alright, but where's the battle zone though? What time is it, by the way? Yeah, it's 3:57. I think I'm gonna go for one more hour and then I'm gonna call it, guys, cause I still gotta edit next video and I'd like to be done before the weekend is over. Alright, let's do this. Make him go drowsy. I have no means to put my opponents to sleep. Left key. I would like to have some cards before I take on a battle. Wait, can Frostlass learn Hypnosis? Genuinely curious. Probably not, but yeah, it was worth investigating. Yeah, I don't really have anyone that knows like Hypnosis or whatever, so... yeah, I guess I'm just gonna have to wing it. I was about to say, if the tree body blocked that flamethrower, that would make no freaking sense. Alright, let's try to be efficient here. 1,500 points, we still got a long ways to go. This might just last more than one night, but let's see. Use poison type moves, I can do that with Shelly. Dragon type moves, also Shelly. And again, Dragon is only effective against one type, so... Oh boy. There's a Scizor. Immune to poison, great. Steady. Wait, is the Scizor standing on the bush? Alright, go off, King. Alright, can we get a dragon type? Or something that's actually... Okay, I guess not. Just pure steel. Still nothing, but you can only do so much. Alright, what do you got here? Knock out opponents using rock type moves? Okay, Julie has rock slide. I can work with that. There's a Dragonair, okay. I can work with that. And a Roserade. You know what? It just has land hits with poison type moves. No, I'm just stalling, just so I can keep using Sludge Bomb. Okay, there you go. Auto-no? Okay, I can work with that. Ow, that actually kind of hurt. Okay. Alright, good job, Shelly. Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. Okay. Okay. Is that Dragonair still there? Use super effectiveness, doesn't matter what. You got a deal, my boy. You got a deal. Steady. Nope, not the... Romp up, also weak to Dragon. Alright. Actually, you know what? I may as well. Didn't set up the light screen, fortunately. I think I need to heal, though. Wait, does this guy have Mega Altaria? Probably not. I mean, I haven't seen a single trainer in the Royale, at least a single generic trainer, that actually has a Mega Evolution. And we one-shot him. Okay. I think that was 2 quests in this one battle. Yeah, okay, nice. Alright, well done, Shelly. What have we got here, though? Land hits with electric-type moves? Maybe I can throw in Brady? I don't know. Not the most ideal quest to be doing, but we'll see. That's another exit. Guess I may as well go up the elevator. Oh, gosh. One-shotted. Oh, gosh. Chandelure. Okay, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Abomasnum? Okay, you're weak to poison. You know what? I was gonna send out Jake, but this will be a lot easier. There you go. Bro, how high is Mega Dragalge's special attack, now that I think about it? That's the thing, Swamp Suit. By the looks of it, it drops in Mexico, next weekend. And if it drops on Paramount Plus, like soon enough afterwards, then yeah, I probably will. We probably will, but only time will tell, Swamp Suit. Like, there's really no means to know for sure on my end. Wait, what was the quest again? Knock him out with a rock-type move. Okay. Okay, just need him to turn around. There you go. Electros sees me, but the trainer doesn't, so goodbye. Okay. Perfect fodder for a rock slide. I'll say that much. Okay, is it just me, or am I severely over-leveled? Because level 45? You know what, maybe it's just a rank diff. I don't know. Alright, come on, Julie. There's a Malamar. Knock him out using ground-type moves? Okay. Simple enough. What's over here, though? A Trevenant? Nope. I'd rather deal with the Pyroar, but... doesn't seem like this guy turns around. Okay, he does. He does. I really got no cover here, so... nope. Steady. Ah, great. Yeah. Okay, sure. Sure, man. Well, at least I one-shotted him, but that's still really annoying. Simi's here? Just Earthquake him again. Well, not really. Come to think of it, Swamp Soup, not really on stream. More so, probably screen share on Discord, or maybe, and hear me out, probably gonna set up a Google, probably gonna set up a room on Google Meet where people can join, because not all of the people that I want there use Discord, to say the least. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Wait, Wait, what'd you say? Wait, is that a heal or? Oh, thank you. That's nice. Semi-poor? Okay, nope, definitely not. Wait, hold on. Where's Brady? Oops. Wait, what's the shortcut for picking him up? Okay, it's Y. You know what? Ricochet hasn't been doing much, and I need to use electric moves anyway, so... Okay. I don't know, just from what I've read of Chapter 2 so far, Swamp Suit, at least a couple pages here and there, it feels like it's really detracting from the drama, to say the least. So, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Like, I did get a glimpse at a couple pages, and it doesn't seem like it's focusing a lot on emotional depth or drama, to say the least. Wait, are you gonna heal me too? Thank you. Alright. You know what? These guys aren't so bad. Did I just hear an Absol? There's no one here. Okay, there is this. What's up ahead? It's a slow, bro. Okay, good fodder for a Thunderbolt. Stay in the bushes. Was that a mineral? What am I targeting there? Okay, it's a mineral. Okay. Sneaky. Bro, the fact that the slow bro notices it but not her? Okay. I guess that's how it is. Bro, can y'all stop super fanging my Excadrill? Golly. Lopunny? Oh boy. Not the best time to be benching Ricochet, and she's a Mega. Wow, okay. First trainer we're seeing actually use a Mega Evolution. Okay. Kind of crazy. Okay, Jake is taking a beating, but nothing I can do about it. There you go. First NPC trainer that actually, well, not NPC, first generic trainer using a Mega. That's kind of crazy. Alright, Jake, back on the ball. Okay, who do I want to heal here? Okay, we're done with the Earth quest at the very least. Okay, I have Vanillux. Yeah, okay. Julie can use a... Julie needs healing, and 2, I need to use Rock-type moves anyways. Vanillux is weak to that, so... That KO it? It did. Wow. Okay. Avalugg, also weak to rock. Wait, did he flinch me? Oh, you little... Okay, we're good. Okay, we're done with the rock quest. We still need to land electric moves with Brady, but I just need a good target for them. Wait, will she heal me too? Oh, thank you. Okay, you know what? I appreciate this consistent healing. Like, I only get so many potions, man. Sneak up and use Ice-type moves? You know what? I can do that with Eleanor. Hopefully. The thing is, I need more trainers to do it with, though. And the day's almost over. I'm sorry, the night. Alright, Julie, you did a good girl. Knock out opponents with a Mega Evolution? Okay, maybe I can do that. I said maybe, but keyword maybe. Whoa, 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 whoa. I may as well, to be honest. Oh, I can't Mega Evolve yet. Fine. I don't get the system, man. I really don't. Okay, bad. Yeah, okay. I guess no fun allowed. Wait, did he flinch me? Oh, you little... Bro, just give it up. Give it up. But alright. At least we made some progress, but... I didn't get to Mega Evolve, and we're still not done with the other quest. There's a Trevenant? Okay, I can sneak up on that. Can I Mega Evolve now? Apparently not. You gonna turn it around? Okay. The Trevenant is very tanky, but I guess not tanky enough. Can I Mega Evolve now? Nope, apparently not. And Eleanor might be dead here. Oh, okay, she's good. Never mind. Yeah, I am come to think of it, I am a little over-leveled, and honestly, I had no intention of grinding that much. So, you know what? I can't complain. Normally it would violate my conscience, but I can't really complain. Lady, I am literally... What do you mean he can see me? Like, I am literally on the... never mind. Cartoon logic, I guess. And... Okay, at least I got a chance to heal, but this is still annoying. Bro, how are you supposed to... Yeah, how are you supposed to land moves, you bozo? Okay, can I Mega Evolve now? Oh, wait, it's because I have Mega Dragology, that's why. Wait, I was about to say, why is the Mega Gauge taking so long to fill up? But alright, we're making progress. Oh, I had to sneak up on him to use the Ice-type moves. Okay, this was just a waste of time then. Wait, how the heck do I get out of here? Use super effective moves, doesn't matter what kind. Honestly, that feels a lot easier, but it's worth a lot less. Okay, here's an exit. Wait, who's looking at me? Oh, this guy. I was about to say. Alright, I think Eleanor did her job, so yeah, just let Shelly go to town. Okay, this might hurt, but you know what? Shelly has good special defense, so she should be fine here. Alright. That is a lot of points. We are more than halfway done. Day's about to end, but hey, what are you gonna do? And the day's over. Flip could be a better character if he was funny but shady, who clearly still has a heart and all the love for being disgusting. Yeah, Swamp Suit. Tell me something I don't know, homie. But alright. Wait, do I get healed, or... I do not. Okay. Just go to the center, heal up, and sit on the bench again, just cause I'm tired of beating around the bush. Like, honestly, I'm just tired of side questing, I'm tired of I'm tired of... I just want to finish the main story at the very least, just because I feel like it's way overdue for me. I'm good, thank you. Okay, I just need a bench. Just a bench. Any bench. What the heck is this? What the heck is this? Should I just flamethrower and call it a day? Like, what a... Who's they? No need to be gentle. Just any high power move? Like, what's the threshold? No, don't target the... Okay, I guess Dragon Rush will do the trick. Whew! Thanks for your help getting me out of that. How'd that happen? The work of these Spinarak here. Truth is, the three of them are my partners. I call them the Spinarak Civvies. Aww. When they get angry, they always wrap me up and leave me high and dry like that. It's a little concerning. I mean, you could suffocate in there. This time I messed up by destroying a web they finished making. Big mistake. The three of them strung me up and left me hanging, but I wish they'd shown some mercy. It's not like I did it on purpose. Very sassy trio. Okay, you've made your point. I'll be more careful, I promise. You know it'd be better use for all that silk? Nets and ropes to sell for some quick cash. I'm kidding, that was a joke. They only have one expression, and I can already sense the sass from a mile away. They're kind of cute. Or maybe I'm only saying that because I'm not really an arachnophobic by any means. Hoping for a certain mega from the DLC. Just really? Flygon and Empoleon. Flygon deserves it. Empoleon, it's what we should have had instead of Feraligatr. That's really all I can say. And I really hope I don't get spoiled on anything. That's really my biggest hope for out of everything, just because I got spoiled on basically everything for Legend ZA. Because the internet cannot keep their mouth shut. Or maybe it's on me for spending too much time on Twitter. I don't know. One or the other. Either way, I come out a loser. Just one bench, man. Any bench. I'll take anything. Wait, can't I just pass the night in my hotel bed? I don't know. There you go. Okay. We got something to work with. You know what? Oh! I was about to say, I hear the cries, but where are they all? Look at them. Look at my boys. And girls. The homie Alfred, the dog Jake, the boy Brady, the lady Shelly, the ladies Shelly, Julie, and Eleanor. Look at the variety in the team. Wait, does that not pass the... Okay, I guess I had to pick the other option. Yes, please. Honestly, guys, I think once we're done with the promotion match, I'm gonna call it there. Not saying that I'm a little demoralized, but yeah, I'm a little demoralized because chat is so tame right now. Usually it's a little more engaging, but you know what? I guess Sundays are more so meant for that, as I've come to notice. But alright, get the ticket, and then I'm out. Knock him out using Ice-type moves? Eleanor, you're up, girl. You're up. Wait, why? Who's looking at me? I don't even... You know what? That's a win-win. I have to kill you with an Ice-type move anyways. An Ice-type move you almost missed. Yupitor, also weak to Ice. Goodbye. Also weak to Ice. Wait, did it say knockout? Okay, I kind of missed it there, but you know what? We have another chance with the victory bell. Although I kind of fumbled the bag there, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, Eleanor. Your work is not done, my lady, so... Sneaky, sneaky. You don't need to Mega Evolve because apparently the quest is gone now. Alright. What else you got? Also weak to ice, but to be fair, we're already done with the quest, so... Eleanor's just doing this for fun. Alright, we're getting close. We're getting there. We're definitely getting there. Okay, I need a decent quest to complete, otherwise it's gonna take way too long. Nope, nope. Who's even looking at me? I can't even... Wait, who's even looking at me? It wasn't the lady with the Delibird. Okay, I guess it was her. I don't know. Alright, what do we got here? You only have 2 females. Chara the Frostlass and Chum the Electros. Everyone else is male. Huh. Normal type moves? Yeah, no, I'm not pulling that off. Good, screw it, I'm going to the rooftop. If I can. Steady. Mike, what the? Was that not meant to be a... Okay, I guess it wasn't. Okay, that's where I'm meant to go. Dragalgi. I don't have any quests on me, but... you know what? We're close to finishing anyways. How would I rate your team on a scale of 1 out of 10? Let's see. Electros, Frostlass, Emboar, Barbarcle, Scolipede, Dragonite. Dragonite's not bad. Barbarcle, unless you're Mega Evolving him every time, like, I don't know, being quad weak to grass is definitely a detriment. So, I would say maybe a 7 out of 10. I don't know. Like, I don't know, just off the top of my head, Swampsuit. I'm not really that picky when it comes to Pokemon teams. Sometimes I'm just a staunch advocate of just play with your favorites, if you can. Alright, only what? 2 more battles? We don't even need to do the side quests, but there's a couple of them here. Okay, with grass-type moves. Okay, with fairy-type moves. Alfred, you're up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. I just realized. Alfred doesn't have Dazzling Gleam. Oh, right, because I thought it'd be a TM. Hold on, hang on. I think we can get rid of Solar Beam for now. I don't need anything fancy. You know what? Go off, Queen. Wow, she one-shotted the Aggron. Okay, with Giga Drain, that's a little surprising, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, it's because she's over-leveled as hell, but... I guess that's besides the point. Alright, we're getting KOs with Grass-type moves, that's all that matters, more or less. One more to go. Yeah, we kind of need to complete the quest anyway, so... Sneak up and use Steel-type moves? Still better than this one, so I'll take it. Okay, I had to get the KO with a Grass-type move? Yeah, that's not happening. So... yeah. Wait, does the Earthquake reach from there? It doesn't. Is she seriously this dense? Average Pokemon NPC. Alright, if you got something weak to grass, I'd love to see it. Nope, not even close. Yeah, from what I've heard, Mega Emboar is actually really good. So yeah, I'm not holding anything against you there. It's just one more little match. I'll take anyone. Really, and I mean anyone. A Greninja. I'm sorry, a Greninja. Oops, wrong move. And now she sees me. Great. One little misclick was all it took. Hi. You know, I do not understand this literal NPC mentality of running physical moves when Greninja's special attack is significantly better. But alright, it's your funeral, dude. Chandelure. Shelly. That is a physical move. On a Chandelure, I don't know what, again. And he just killed himself with Curse. Alright. It's your funeral, dude. Nope, not the oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, this system is so clunky. Whose idea was it to introduce battles in really narrow rooftops? I don't know. Whatever, we got the ticket. Thank you. Can I leave now? Alright, I think I need to heal up first. Yeah, I definitely do. Judging from the Charizard next to the truck, I'm guessing he has one of the two Megas. What is he gonna lead with, though? Because honestly, I'm drawing a blank. Okay, we'll say this, though. Brady is a little under-leveled, so... yeah, definitely not leading with him. You know what? Julie has a lot of coverage, so we'll see. But alright, let's do this. Can't stay, but have a good night. Alright, Tails, thanks for stopping by, homie. Did you arrive at an answer together with your fellows in the team? Yes. Honestly, why have they been trying so hard to reach the top of the Royale anyways? We're fighting for Floette. Yeah, we all know about the old man and his black flower Floette of his. So all you idiots hope to achieve is helping him tidy away his mess. Grizel, please, that's too far. But it is true that you don't have any real ties to the city. Yeah, ultimately, he's basically just a tourist. What reason does some outsider like you have to want to protect Lumiose? I care about the Pokemon. That's good. I'm glad you also have something to wish to fight for. But it still pales before my own desire to emerge victorious from this battle. I will become the greatest trainer and use his Floette to protect the city from the tower. I will restore honor to the memory of Team Flare and all who have ever had their names tied to it. I will make our dream into reality at last. That is why I must defeat you. No more delays. Let's finish this. Charizard, yep. Alright, let's see how this goes. Your resolve is nothing compared to my own. You carry nothing like the burdens that I do. And yet, you think you'll be able to save this city. I'll show you my resolve. May the flames of Team Flare reach strong and true, and burn away all our shame and regrets. Let your dark yeah, definitely X. Yeah, definitely X. Does he have his own theme, or? Okay, just a Team Flare theme. No. It's still a catchy theme, though. Okay, I have a terrible lead. Okay, duly noted. Da 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 da. Of course. Damn, he's really chipping me down, even with Reflect. Alright. Shelly, if you will. She has really good special defense, so I think she'll be fine here. No, okay, I spoke too soon. Okay, I'm out of max potions, so I may as well. Oh my gosh, just die already. I just realized this guy has 6 Mons. Okay, he is not playing around. Holy crap. Malamar, and I did not bring Ricochet. He knows lunge. Jeez. This is bad. Liquidation? And Dazzling Gleam is doing nothing. Holy crap. Yeah, I should probably switch out. Oh my goodness, he's crippling the whole team, but... Alright, let's see. Detour, we can EQ that. We both got the same ideas. And I'm dead. Nope. I didn't get a chance to heal. Great. Oh boy. Shelly? Wait, you're weak to Earthquake. Yep, I'm getting clapped. I am getting so clapped. Holy crap. Why did I bring Brady? Jeez. You know what? Push comes to shove. Wait a minute. Should I have Mega Evolved? I mean, okay, he did just use Earthquake, so it didn't matter. He's definitely gonna Rock Slide, or worse. Oh, jeez. Bro, this guy is not playing. Holy crap. And yeah, okay. Bro, am I just deadass not allowed to heal? What gives? Yep, there's the Mega. There's the Mega. I might just lose here, guys, just because... My wasted youth. Nothing but ash and ruin. Mega Evolve and burn it all away! I might get clapped, guys. I'm not gonna lie. There is a very realistic chance that I might lose here. Okay, there you go. Where was that 5 seconds ago? Jeez. I think our best bet would be Julie. What are you scheming, bro? What are you scheming? What are you scheming? That's what you're scheming. Okay, using the items from the Mega to dodge the Flare Blitz? Okay, I'm kind of cooking. I spoke too soon. But alright, we're good. Whew. Damn, okay, that was tricky. Okay, if you gotta make me use a max revive, okay, you were giving me a hard time. I'll tell you that much. Well, let's be fair, this battle system is really scuffed, so... one or the other. Uh-huh. But alright. We're at the peak of the ranks. And even the jingle changed. As someone who just got to take it for him, I now at least know what this guy all has, so I can be prepared for it. Oh, Swamsuit, I don't know how comfortable you are with getting spoiled, but sorry for the spoilers, man. You lost, but Charizard and the rest of your team looked happy in that battle. If only we could leave behind the name of Team Flare. Leave behind Lumiose itself. Then do it. Leave Lumiose. Leave Kalos. Maybe you can find a better home. I mean, I sure as hell did. We'd free ourselves of such a heavy burden. But Team Flare and the dreams that Lysandre hoped to make real. That world of beauty and that sense of justice, they still have a hold of us. And they tie us to this place. He may have gone astray, but there was true righteousness in his heart. Was there, though? His ideals, the care he showed for us all. If we threw them aside now, I don't know who I'd be. It seems you are now the strongest, Lumios' strongest Mega Evolution user. Please, take care of Prism Tower and our city. Of course I will. If you have need of us, we'll come to your aid. After all, Nouveau exists in order to help others, so we can make the world beautiful together. Toward that aim, let me provide you with a TM. Oh? Oh, okay. That's not bad for Jake. Okay. Come by the cafe anytime. I'll make you one of those fire blast roasts you like. To be honest, I'm not really that crazy of a coffee person. I've never really liked coffee, to be honest. Zeh. What the dog doing? He's just chilling on top of the van. I mean the truck. I may have been defeated. I may have been found unworthy of becoming Zygarde's trainer. But I'll build a life that shows these things aren't what define me. Zed. Grisham. It seems self-serving desires crept in and overshadowed the ideals he holds dear. Though I, of course, am to blame for that. Thank you for helping him to see the error of his ways. Prism Tower appears to be near its breaking point. Zeh. So now what? And unfortunately, Zygarde still lacks the last of the cells it needs to use. Oh gosh, don't tell me I'm gonna have to go find them myself. When the time comes, I hope you'll be able to protect the city. Or rather, not the city itself, but every living being here in Lumios. Okay. Is this gonna be the last time we try this disgusting croissant curry? What the? What? Why is the camera what? Okay, that was fucking bizarre. What? Again, pardon my language. Force of habit. More or less. Guess what? I made it to rank 8 too. Yeah, what are the odds? Must have helped you to a lot to have strong teammates like each other to train with. With 2 A-ranked trainers, I know we'll be able to take care of the tower. Big yes to that. I suppose it's nearly time for Floette to help us resolve this whole situation. But who will she choose? Floette, what is it? What's wrong? She okay? The tower. Is it Ange that's affecting you? You okay, little girl? You okay, little gal? Looks like she'll be okay. But I'm sure she's pretty worried, too. There's no telling if we'll really be able to stop the tower. That's true enough. But we'll never succeed if we let ourselves get too caught up, worrying about things going wrong. Yeah, now's the time to blow off steam and have some fun. Shake the worries off. Got some big wins to celebrate after all. You said it. You know, it would have been fun to watch Tawny's promotion match. Rest easy. I know that the future of Lumios and of this world will be safe in your hands. Okay. I think that's might be a good enough, unless something comes up suddenly, I think that might be a good time to wrap things up, guys, but let's see. I'd love to finish this game right now, but I think, we can probably finish it tomorrow, and 2, like I said, I gotta finish editing the next project. That night. Okay, never mind. You okay? I'm gonna find out what's happening. Meet me by the elevator. Yeah, what the heck was that? You know what? Good cliffhanger. So, with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for sticking around. As always, if your heart's a desire, hit that subscribe button and follow me on Twitter for updates or join the Discord. You know, one or the other. I will be back tomorrow around, yeah, pretty much the same time. Yeah, tomorrow's Sunday. I got nothing going on. Hopefully, I can have a good streaming and editing balance, but we'll just have to wait and see. And I really got to get into the hang of it. So with that being said, guys, once again, I'm Siba sending out. Take care, guys. Bye.